All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Forever Rivals. I don't care what anyone says. We are still the four big clubs in Victoria in the AFL. I don't care what anyone says. Hawthorn, all of them can jam it up your ass. Geelong, stay in your shit fucking place that you live over there. No one wants you. We are the big rivals, even though we don't win not too many stuff except for Magpie over there. But apart from that, we are the fucking rivals, mate. How are we all going? First of all, we got Marco. How are you, mate?
Yes, good evening, boys. Good evening, chat. And looking forward to tonight's show, boys. And for Forever Rivals, you can't be the big four clubs, mate, regardless of what they are sitting on the position on the ladders. The Forever Rivals are the Forever Rivals, and don't beat it. Okay?
I agree. And then you got Liam there. How you going, mate? How you enjoying Melbourne?
Mate, we're loving it. It's going good. Spent the weekend in the city. A lot of good fun. And even though our teams aren't there, I'm excited for finals footy.
I am excited,
boys. Always.
And someone who's definitely excited. So we got Mick Saka coming in to represent the Magpie Army. How are you, mate? You must be excited, mate. What is it? 3 fucking preliminaries in the last 4 years or whatever, something like that. So you're doing pretty good.
Yes, I'm very excited, actually. Nervous, very confident, but still very nervous, and just wrapped that we're in this position, and just hopefully we can go all the way and win the flag, and it'll be us against the whole fucking country, but bring it on.
Very nervous.
It definitely is.
Nervous.
I haven't been more of a Brisbane supporter this week. I'm more of a Brisbane supporter than I used to live in Fitzroy when Fitzroy was still part of the VFL. So I'm going to consider myself a Brisbane supporter this week, mate. So how about that? Thanks for everyone for joining us. Let's get Lone Wolf straight away. $5. Thank you very much, Lone Wolf. Always generous. Question for Mark: is Merritt? If Merritt stays as he remain captain, my opinion, I can't see how he can be. Guess what, Lone Wolf? We are definitely, that is on the agenda. You wait, and we will definitely be exploring that. And we got the only man that can answer that question right here in Marco. Thanks for everyone else. Rocco Mod all the way from Perth. How are you, mate? One day the Big Four will play. I know, man. Can you imagine one day when the Big Four play in a preliminary? Fuck. I'm telling you, the whole state will just fall, man. The whole state will fall. Lou Felino, big reservoir boy. How are you, mate? Enzo, we love Enzo. He's a bit sick at the moment. So, man, forever together. Yes, let's go forever together. Everyone that's tunes into Monday Blues and that knows where that's going. Mick, what is this? Mick Saka is thinking, listen to these clowns. Oh, yeah, he would be. These fucking idiots, man. You'll know where, mate. Yeah, so we got Bocek. Look at Liam. You look fresh tonight, mate. You're looking nice. It's like you had a bit of a shave, a bit of a clean. I like it. We've got our Bomber fan here. Let's go Brisbane and Geelong stuff, the Collie Wobbles and the Daicos. Yeah, it's going to be big. We're going to get into those preliminaries. It's actually 2 big preliminaries in Melbourne. Probably the 4 best teams at the end of the year are in the preliminary, I would have to say. Who we got? Ralph, he's pretty confident. Flag price 17 incoming. You got a big game on Saturday, 5:15. So let's not get too confident there. So everyone's in there. All right, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Sporting Globe. Thank you very much, man. Make sure you get down there, get yourself a Palmer and a beer. If you can't get down to the games, which probably a lot of people can't, get down to the Sporting Globe. Beer, palm, they got screens everywhere. That place will be pumping. Hi, Mick. What's this one here? Ronnie, hi, Mick. Have my tickets for Saturday. Can't wait. You know Ronnie?
I think so.
Oh, he's got it. Have you got your tickets? Are you going?
Yeah. I've got mad and beautiful row K, M53 right on the half forward flank. Oh, can't wait, man.
Bottom level, second level, third level,
Low level, first level.
first level.
Level 1. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, no, this is.
Mate, I'll tell you what, it's a nerve-wracking thing going on Ticket Tech and waiting for the tickets, man. Oh.
Yeah. It is.
Mark's looking at me. He doesn't even know what that feels like.
So Nick, just to
Mark,
give
do you know that for finals, Mark? Do you know that for finals, right? You actually have to like try to get tickets. Do you realise that? You realise it's not as easy.
Not the last 15 years, Rocco. But what I'm trying to say to Mick is that
15.
Are you a gold?
I think it's short of 5 years.
Yeah. Are you like a gold member or like you're a high class type member in the Collingwood Football Club, or is it like a silver or bronze membership that you've got at the moment? Or
I'm a Legends member, which is like priority one.
So priority one.
There's levels of Legends member for Collingwood. I know that for a fact. Like, how high are you up?
I'm not the top one. I'm not on the top Legends. I'm just a standard Legends member. But that's usually enough to get tickets. Like I always seem to get grand final tickets when we make it and stuff. So it's all good.
You're pretty much guaranteed those tickets on the prelim final. Is that right, Mick? Or
look, that's what they say, pretty much guaranteed. But I'll tell you what, when I was waiting on the Ticket Tech and I looked at the app and it told me you're 30,000th in line, but it moves fast. But when you see that, you think to yourself, mate, what's going on? But because it's just, I only had to get 2 tickets for me and my mate. So it's easier to get like a good seat. Like if you want to get tickets for like 3 or 4 of you, it'd be hard to sit together, because they go quickly.
Well, that's the thing, man. And like with me, like I think I'm one off the top. So I'm Legends. We're a Legends member, but there's Legends, and then there's the next one. But yeah, we're guaranteed even grand final tickets. That's how we're gonna make it first. But we're guaranteed grand final, and even when we go to finals, we're pretty much first up to get our tickets there. So pretty happy with that, and that's the problem. That's good, but it's also you can't not get your membership 1 year because you lose your spot. And to get back to Legends, it's hard, man, because now you think about it, right? There's 100,000, right, members for all our clubs practically here at Daicos, right? Man, how many seats are there? I mean, how many, like, how do you think you're going to fucking, like, if you lose that, you're never going to get your spot back, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's waiting for the next level. And once we got into Legends, even if we just say we want to make a stance, right, and not go to the game, you still got to get your membership, or else you're tied in, man. It's real weird, you know. So So and it costs me like whatever, like I think it's about $1,100 a year. You just
and it goes up It goes up probably about $200 every year, just like car
it doesn't go up that much. It doesn't go up that much, but again, it went up fucking again this year, man. Like they go up, they're not scared to bloody put it up. You know what I mean? So, and really, and you know that Legends member that I am, that's still only for home games. It's not for away games. Like away game, you still got to purchase a ticket.
Yeah.
You know,
you're guaranteed a reserved seat though. So you purchase a ticket and you're guaranteed a reserved seat. Is that right?
Well, because you always purchase a reserved seat.
That's right.
Unless you just buy a genuine admission, right? You always purchase it. And for the home games, we've got the same seats every week, you know, that a thing. But you think for that sort of money, you should be getting home and away. But no, it's not like that, man. There's too many members now. I think that the 100,000 memberships is a load of fucking bullshit anyway. I don't think clubs have really got 100,000. I reckon clubs have got maybe 30 real members who go to the games. I reckon the rest are just fucking, they've just scammed the whole thing, man. They've just scammed the whole thing.
when you go to work and you get a North Melbourne supporter coming up to you and saying, "Yeah, we've got 100,000 members," and you just look at him like, "Come on, man."
Come on, man. Well, you know, I know for a fact, because I've spoken to sponsors. So big sponsors of clubs, what they do is, as part of their sponsorship deal, is they need to buy so many memberships. So, for example, out of that money that they give the club, $5,000 of that go towards memberships. So they get like, I don't know, 500 membership or whatever, 1,000 or whatever. So a lot of these companies buy, part of their sponsorship is to buy membership. So it's not actual real people that are getting these. It's not 100,000. It's impossible that there's between us there's 400,000 people who have got membership who want to go to the footy. And then you go to the footy and there's fucking 20, 30,000 people there. Like, where is everyone? You know, like it's just a scam just to make them look good. Yeah. So, what do we got here? Oh, you know what? Let's go straight into it. There's plenty of questions. So what we're going to do is we've got plenty to get through the first hour. We'll go over the games. Mick's going to go over and tell everyone how he thinks they're going to beat Brisbane this week. We got on a bit later who's going to give us a review on Geelong.
Where's Mr. Scotty? Where's Mr. Scotty gone tonight?
Scotty is working tonight, so he can't make it. And then a bit later, everyone's always busy. And then a bit later, we've got Bocek coming on at 9:30. So everyone stay tuned because there's going to be a question and answer part. So you ask us any question and we're going to answer when Bocek comes on. That'll be about 9:30.
Mr. Bowie.
Any question?
$5. I've got a ticket to watch the second preliminary. Magpies versus Lions at the pub just outside Gate Free at the MCG today. Only cost me what? $11.69.
That's
Seriously.
all that matters.
At the pub just outside Gate Free. He scored a ticket for 11. He's probably a better ticket than yours, Mick. I wouldn't be surprised, mate.
I don't know how that works out.
Is it? No, it'd be outside the stadium.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's probably at a pub on Swan Street.
We got my good friend Andy from the Monday Blues, gentlemen. And just remember, while we got him there, just remember in 2 weeks' time, we've got Unfiltered starting. Unfiltered, the show that talks about everything, man. If you want to be on that show, get in contact with us, either me or Andy. Get onto my DMs, get to the email at thejumperpunch, gmail.com, and get on there. If you've got an interesting job, you've got an interesting story, anything, get onto us, and we might get you onto the show, man, and we'll have a bit of a chat. So remember, the week after the grand final, Tuesdays at 9:00, Unfiltered.
Is the format like this, Rocco? For that Unfiltered?
It's right here live in the studio.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bit like the Jumper Punch, but it's me, Andy, plus a guest, and we talk about anything, man, you want to talk about, man. Last year we had a vegan, we had people talking about all sorts of stuff, you know. We had women on talking about abortions and yeah, man, I'm telling you, we went on to everything, man. Whatever you want to talk about, men's issues, whatever you want to talk about, man. And I think it was a hit last year.
Is Andy the one with the bottle shop? Is that?
Yes, Andy. So get down to Pascoe Vale, Bottle O, and if you say this, and this is fair income, if you walk in and say "fuck Collingwood," he will give you 10% off straight off the top. 100% he'll do that. 10% off. Just walk in and say fuck Collingwood, 10%. He won't even question.
Man. If we lose the prelim, I'll probably fucking say it, man.
You'll probably need a few beers, man. Go down there. Trust me, he's a good bloke. He'll look after you, man. The earth is a spear, Rocco. Well, this is what we can talk about on Unfiltered. What do you think of shape like? If anyone knows a flat earther, I definitely want a flat earther to come on because look at him. He's not lying. 10% off straight up, man. Just go in there.
Does that mean, Rocco, that if I go in there and grab a 6-pack of beers, I'll get 10% off? By saying, fuck Hollywood. And I'll walk out and come back in and get a 6-pack of Jack Daniels cola and get
And
another
again, and he'll give you another 10%.
And then if I come back again and get a slab of, say,
anytime you walk in and do a purchase, 10% off for saying that.
I've got you, Andy. I'm going to come and see you, mate. I'm going to come and see you, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. No, Sega. No, not in Swansea, mate. I am watching the preliminary just outside of the MCG. Are you? Is that is they charging you to watch it outside? Okay, that makes sense. If I say go Pies, yeah. If you go in there and say go Pies, he will charge you $100 more. That's for sure, man. Let's talk about some stuff. Before we get into the finals and all that, and just, mate, it is a big week. I'm actually excited. It's going to be a good week of finals, even though we're not in it. I'm excited about this week's finals. Are going to be two good games. The last two games, we'll talk about that a bit later. They were fucking shocking, mate. They were shocking, man. Two teams did not show up. First time that a team from top has gone out straight since when, 84 or something. It's something ridiculous like that. Yeah. But I want to get straight into what everyone's been talking about. And this is, I'm going to go straight on to Essendon. I reckon Essendon, it was Carlton big talking last week. I reckon Essendon's the big talking point, this week. And it's about your captain, bro. Merritt. What a scumbag. He wants to leave. And I heard that this week that they're offering him extra money to stay. That's how much they want him to stay. I heard they're offering him maybe 300 grand more a year or 400 grand more a year to stay at the club for the other 2 years. But I've heard that he does not want to stay. He wants to leave. So I'm going to leave it to you, and you guys can ask him questions along the way. But the only thing I'm going to say is, if he stays, does he stay as captain? The other question for me is, if he wants to go, does he go to the BNF, even though he might win it? These are questions. If he does go back, can you ever look at him the same? Mark, what do you think about your captain?
Oh, look, Rocco, to be honest, mate, players these days, they're going to go out and look for better opportunities out there. They're going out and looking at being traded to better teams, and the stronger teams, And I've always said that, like I said last week, the stronger teams are going to get stronger. The weaker teams are going to get weaker. So, look, it's a personal choice. The only disappointment I've got about Zach Merritt, I'm not going to get too into it before you boys want to maybe comment about it, but I think it was the way he went about it, which is really hurt me personally, and I think a lot of players these days, the AFL, obviously the Player Association and the coaches, they've got too much, advantages these days. It's something going wrong. The clubs are getting affected by it. And there's too much power now with these players and the AFL Association and also the coaches, and it's hurting a lot of these weaker clubs. But Merritt to go out and obviously just poach, or if it was the Hawthorn coach that poached him, I think it was the wrong thing to do. He should have just gone out there and enjoyed his Mad Monday, gone to the BNF. Go to the Brownlow, which is coming in the next week or so. Even spend the year with the boys going to end the season trip. Just do that. Do it right. Enjoy it. Enjoy the companionship of your fellowships of your friends and your mates and your players, and do that first, and then decide whether you want to go and be traded to another club. So that to me has personally hurt me. I think it's happened too soon while the season has continued, and I just think, mate, it was just a waste of time, and it's just affected a lot of players in our club, and they're going forward towards that. But Yeah, look, I mean, each player these days, like you were saying, Rocco, there's some captains out there that want to go to other teams and other clubs. They can do that, but do it at the right time, the right place. And obviously, Zaki hasn't done that, and he's created a couple of issues at the club at the moment, mate. So very disappointed, but it is what it is, man. We can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. We just move on, and hopefully.
I know we can't do nothing about it, man. But do you be ruthless and make him honour his contract?
Well, look, mate, I can really get into a lot of things about honouring the contract. At the end of the day, it really comes down to what the club wants to go to in the future. Is it that we're rebuilding? Is like completely rebuilding from scratch? I don't think we believe that we need to go for that stage. I think we've got enough young talent out there in our club that we don't need to full rebuild. Most of the young kids this year have had the opportunity to play some senior football due to our injuries, and we've got some pretty decent draft picks this year as well, which is number 4, number 5, 21 and 25. So I don't think we need to kind of worry too much about rebuilding, but if the opportunity comes along where we need to get rid of Merritt for a particular player or a draft pick, then we have to look into it, mate. We have to look into it.
Mick, you got something to say?
Yeah. Look, I don't want to sound disrespectful to Essendon, but the guy has given a lot of service, and from his personal point of view, I think he just wants success. He's a great player. He just wants to go somewhere where he's got a chance where he can hold up the cup. And look, I understand he's copped a lot of injuries this year. It's been really hard, but we just have to realise, all of us, that loyalty these days, unless a team has a long run of success where the players are galvanised together and loyalty is kind of like established, it's okay. But with other players, I don't know, man, just there's no more loyalty. And I don't really blame the guy, because they've only got a limited amount of years in their careers, and they want to look back on their career and see a bit of success. And he's probably, how old is he? He's in his late 20s now. He's got that last chance now, to join a Hawthorn or a team that's contending, and go for it. So,
but it's the way he's gone about it, Mick, mate. That's the downfall about it, buddy. It's the way he's gone about it. I can understand if a player wants to move on and wants success, win a flag. And most players now, that's what they're doing. They're going out there trying to source teams where they've got potential of winning a flag. And that's affecting the club. That's affecting the clubs that are not into that prime where they're going to make finals or they're going to be successful. So it's the way he's done it, Mick. It's the way he's done it that's affected me. After all this bullshit, after the year, fair enough. Look at your options and go somewhere if you need to go there to be successful, fair enough. But the way he's done it, Mick, is not the right way. And a lot of players are going to start doing this every year. They're going to start poaching. Coaches are going to start poaching while the season is going on. And like you were saying, it's not loyal and not respectful to the club. And these days, the players have got too much power. They've got too much power now, mate. It's got to change.
Yeah.
It's got to change.
Yeah.
Carl says Merritt is a good example. He's been loyal to Essendon, but over the past few seasons, you could see he was willing to at least listen to opportunities elsewhere to ensure he gets success he wants. That's true, right? And that's true. But the point I've got about this, right, is first of all, you can't guarantee you're going to go to a club and get success. Hence, Buckley, right? Hence, a lot of players try to move on and they try to chase success and they don't get it. Like, there's no guarantee he moves to Hawthorn that Hawthorn are going to win a grand final. There's no guarantee. He can go anywhere. There's no guarantee. You don't know.
It's more likely, though, Rocco.
maybe. Yeah, but it's still no guarantee. It might be more likely, but is that what you're doing? You're chasing that. I also say to Merritt, he's the captain, man. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're the problem that they're not playing well. You know what I mean? And then you know what? As soon as he done that, he's not captain for me anymore. He's done because he's just shown to me he's not a leader. He's not a leader.
You can't keep him there, Rocco. You can't keep
him. You can't keep him there. But it just shows he's not a real leader. Do you think that Merritt is a real leader? And this just proves that he isn't.
No, that's right.
He just proves that he isn't a real fucking leader.
Yeah.
He's now opting the easy way out. You know what? Sometimes life's hard. Is this what you're chasing? You just, all right, so we're all chasing a premiership, right? But I don't know, man. I just don't like it, especially from a captain. You get a captain to lead you to the end. You expect that. You want to be the captain on the ship. You want to be the captain of the Titanic. I'm going down with the fucking Titanic, man. But it's like if it's another player, I can understand the captain. And remember, there's 4 captains that want to leave this year. 4. Simpkins, Oscar Allen,
and
Jack Steele. But no one cares about Jack Steele. He's shit anyway. But the rest,
You don't have to be the best player to be the captain there, Rocco. So
no, you definitely don't have to be. You have to be the best leader.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you now, look at Darcy Moore. He's not the best player in the team, but he's the captain. Many teams have got not the best player as your captain. I don't think it has to be your best player.
No,
it just has to be someone who's a leader, you know. And the other thing I want to ask is he could win your best and fairest, mate. Does he go to the best and fairest, even if he decides to stay now? Does he go to the best and fairest? Like, I mean, if he stays, he has to go to best and fairest. But far out, I don't know.
It's going to be pretty awkward, mate. On the Brown.
He could win it.
Well, he'll probably win. He'll probably win his 6th best and fairest, Rocco. But I don't think he'll be there because obviously what's happened. So it's just disappointing that you can't have a spirited captain and something in your club that can't even attend to a best and fairest, or even the Brownlow. Imagine a Brownlow when they do the votes and the camera goes out towards your club and you got the players sitting there and you're not going to have your captain sit there. It's disappointing, man. I don't know what's going on, really, to be honest, man. But it's all about money. It's all about success. I can understand. But very disappointing. Very disappointing.
It could really set your club back. Can I just say something before we move on? Right, we've got this bloke here. I'll put him up. Right, we know who he is. This is the old Rat Poison. He's changed his name. He's come on. I'm telling you now. I'm warning you. Right, I'm fucking warning you, bro. Stick with your political views. Go somewhere else. You don't know what I am. Right, so I'm warning you now. You've done it on our other channels. You do it again, and I'm just banning you. This chat isn't for your political views. It's not a soapbox for you, right? You want to talk footy, let's go for it. Do not talk political on the chat. I'm warning you. Seba, you're there. Soon as he does it, I want you to ban him. Fucking hell, mate. I'm sick of people coming on and using this as their private fucking soapbox, right? It's not. Get him off, Seba. He's done. Get him off. He's a dud.
Just quickly, boys. Go on to the Essendon Football Club. About rebuilding and whether we go to that next level. I'm just going to make a couple of comments here. So, if the club decides to go through that path of a full rebuild, we've got some pretty big cards here at the moment. So, I'm just going to put some points out there. We trade Zach Merritt, and we get Hawthorn's pick number 8 and the first round pick for next year. Sam Draper, we get compensation pick. He goes to Brisbane. We get pick number 6. Okay? Jordan Ridley wants to go to Brisbane. We'll get Brisbane's first round pick, number 17. That leaves the Essendon Football Club for this year. Whether we want to go rebuild, as in from the start to the top, we would have number 4, number 5, number 6, number 8, number 17, number 21, and 25. That is a massive hand. So
I agree. And you know what, Mark? You're turning right. But we said this to you weeks ago. We said, right, would you get rid of Merritt, meaning that you could get 2, maybe, a couple of first rounders, and you'll go, no. I'm telling you, it could be the best thing for you, man. If you're picking up 5 or 6 in the top 20, this is what Richmond did, right? You got to pick. We're the same with Curnow now, right? Right. If it means that we can, you get rid of players who don't want to be there, and it means you can enhance your list, mate, you got to be thinking of the future. You know what I mean? So I reckon
that was the key, because the key was players. So we always say, which player would you like to take from Hawthorn? It's not about what player you want to take from Hawthorn. It's about what's available that Hawthorn is offering. So again, when it comes down to if you're going to full rebuild, or you've got a young talent that you need some extra key players from those clubs that are available to pick, that's the difference.
Yeah, of course. But at least
say, who do you want? I want Newcombe. I want Sicily. I want fucking Mitchell. I want Gibawogabang, right? But at the end of the day, it's what the club is going to offer you that is available for that player. And then it's up to the club to say, no, I'm not going to take,
of course. And
player.
And a player like Merritt, right, or Curnow, for example, man, you got the cards in, you got the ball in your court now, man. You can decide what you want to do with him. You keep him, if you're going to trade. I've always said, if we get rid of Curnow, I want Tatslotto numbers. And if you don't give me the Tatslotto numbers, he stays. It's full stop. That's how it is, man. What, you think I'm going to hand over Curnow for nothing? That'll be me. I hope the club do
what's
thing.
Curnow going to do at the Carlton Football Club? What's he going to play reserves for the next 2 or 3 years? How long is his contract?
No, the next 4 years. What I'm saying is, if he stays, he's going to play in seniors, man. He's not an idiot. He's going to play good footy regardless, right? But he wants out, right? He kind of wants out, right? Whatever the situation is for us, right? If he wants out, as I said, as the club, I'll be going to Sydney, who are looking at him, Gold Coast are looking at him and going, rightio, what do you got for me? And if I don't get that Slotto numbers, you're not having him. Done. Full stop. I'm not giving him for nothing, right? We own him for the next 4 years. That's it. And you've got to do the same with Merritt. You want him? You want to go? You better get your fucking manager over there, and you better do us a good deal, or else guess what? You're playing here.
At the end of the day,
I might start you on the fucking bench every week. How does that sound?
Say for instance, we don't negotiate with Merritt and he stays at Essendon, right? We play in the reserves or whatever, or he plays in the midfield. He's getting older, becomes devalued into the side. So he's not worth what he is in 2 years' time. So take the value what you can and get him for what you can, right? So Curnow,
don't let him screw you, Mark.
No, I'm not saying that.
Because what happens is, what's happened to the next player that wants to screw you now? So that means now the contract really does mean nothing.
Well, that's exactly my point. That the players
at the moment, but the contract means everything. Like, if you really want to go, guess what? You better give me a good deal.
And would you really like
not what you're happy with?
You wouldn't want a player that wants to leave, but you hold him to playing in your team.
I don't care. But you know what I build at my team? I build standards.
Of course, but the player doesn't play for the team.
I build standards, mate. That's what I build at my side. And you know what we need at Carlton? And you need this at Essendon too. Don't fool yourself. Your club's a rabble, mate, right? You need standards, right? You need morals at your club, man. You need to get up there and say, this is who Essendon is. This is who Carlton is, man. And if you want to play with us, you better fucking make sure you play by our rules, man. I'm not letting you screw me over, right? And that's what we need. And the next young kid that comes in, like, for example, Dean, who comes in, Peter Dean's son there, Harry Dean comes in next year. When he comes in there, who's supposed to be touted as a top 5 player and that, and next year Walker and all that, when they come in, they got to come into Carlton knowing, mate, this is the club that has standard. We do not.
Who gives them those standards, Rocco? Who's the one? You're the one that's saying it, but it doesn't mean that the players have got to be the ones that need to know it. So
but the leaders set that mark. The leaders set that mark. From the top. Now we got Graham Wright. You've got to set those fucking standards.
So who's Graham Wright? Who's Graham Wright?
Graham Wright he oversees. He's a CEO. He oversees the whole club. Right? So he's the one who's going to set it. And he's been doing it now ever since he's been there. So this is the bloke we're looking to start it. And he's done it. He got rid of players. I was saying this to Mick before the show, right? I was saying that the old Carlton would have given fucking TDK 1.6 million. But the new Carlton goes, nah, this is the offer. You want to stay? Go. Silvani, do you want to stay? Nah, off you go. I don't care. Hey, Elijah Hollins. Guess what? We're giving you a chance. Go and look for another club, right? Guess what? The kids that come in and come into a club that go, whoa, these people don't fuck around, right? That's the first thing we've got to do at Carlton. Forget about players. Forget about all of that. We've got to build a standard. We've got to build a foundation, right? That's going to now hold up to footy, finals footy, right? That's what we've got to build. And it starts at the fucking top. So to me, I'm not going to let Curnow step all over me, right? I'm not going to let any of those players step all over me. I'm telling you now, if it was me, I'd fucking play him in the reserves. That's how I build the standard. Then I know next year I want people to come. I want players to come out knowing that every moment you have to take now. You want to play for the Carlton Football Club? This is the standard. If you don't like it, off you go. Now, we'll try to make a deal for Curnow. Don't get me wrong, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to bend. Like, I'm talking if I was in charge. I'm not bending over and letting you screw me. Are you joking? Right? That's what we have to do, mate. Carlton and Essendon have to start. Mate, everyone's walking all over us.
That's the key, Rocco, mate. At the end of the day, it's been going for fucking too long. It's been going on for 30-odd years, mate.
That's right. That's exactly right. So it's got to start now. It's got to start
now, man. What does now mean? Who's to say now? I can't say now.
We're saying now. It's got to start now, like today, right now.
Maybe this is the catalyst, Mark. Now Merritt wants to go. This is line in the sand moment for the club. Can I ask you? Does Merritt have a case to say that the administration has been fucking absolutely deplorable, and I just want to get out of this place because the culture's fucked? Has he got a case? Would he have a case to say something like that?
Well,
do you think the culture at the club's fucked?
He probably has, Mick, mate, because the last 25 years since this drug saga has happened to the Essendon Football Club, the administration, the coaches, it just keeps on going, mate. You know what I mean? So everyone says let's refresh, let's rebuild, let's get new coaches, and but it's not making a difference. What do you do, mate? How do you start going again? How?
Yeah.
You bring some old
culture.
Culture for 25, 30 years.
Culture and a standard. You start from the top. You start from wanting to win fucking premierships, keeping players that want to be there.
It's been too long, Rocco, mate.
I understand. So what? You never start. You got to start now.
Okay, well that's the theory. Let's start now. Let's start right now. Let's Carlton.
That's right, and you can start now with Merritt. So first of
next
all,
year, forever rivals, Essendon and Carlton in the grand final.
No, well, it's not even that about us being in the grand final. It's about what I'm saying.
Let's start now, mate. Let's do it now.
What I'm saying is it's got to start somewhere, right? If I see that the club hasn't got those culture and that it's got to start with that, and it's got to start with making a stand on these players and this team. Like he's already done it. Like already now, Wright's come out and said it's going to be Carlton first from now on, right? Well, What the fuck? I actually had a rant last night that I said, what the fuck? Where's that been for 30 years? Well, why is that now? Like, why did I have to get someone from the outside to come in to tell me that? You know what I mean? It should always be Carlton first.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should always be Carlton first, you know? I don't know why we got onto Carlton. We're talking about your shit side, and now all of a sudden we're going back to Carlton, you know? But we're in the same boat. Hey, Liam, you've been quiet there. What do you reckon about all this?
Yeah, look, as I said, I wanted to hear what everyone had to say because it's pretty interesting what you all think. Just gonna clear my throat. No, look, I think back to some of those points. So loyalty with players, we've spoken about it a lot on this show over the year. I think it's pretty fair to say it's gone, and we've kind of established it. Like the clubs are run like businesses now, same as the players. They work as if they're going to get a better offer somewhere else. Absolutely, you can't blame him. Zach Merritt, if he's going to get offered a good offer to go play at Hawthorn, yeah, he's going to go take it. Fair enough. So that was one thing. I also wanted to ask Mark a couple things about it. Some stuff that Mason Redmond said in the media, saying he's pretty disappointed that his captain's leaving. He's meant to be leading them through this time. Also, the fact that Redmond was potentially considering leaving himself, but Merritt actually talked him into staying, and now he decides that he wants to go. What did you think about Mason Redmond through all of this?
Oh, look, Liam, it's just like opening up a can of worms, mate, because, obviously Mason Redmond was probably offered something to go back at home, and he looked at it, and he done it the right way. Zach Merritt is our captain at the end of the day. So, again, it's disappointing, mate, but yeah, Mason Redmond is obviously just looking at it to say, like, you're a captain, let's go through thick and thin. 12 years now he's been playing at this football club. He's been a captain for 6 years. He's always committed to the club, and now all of a sudden he's chasing success to go to one of these, reputable clubs out there, when the Collingwoods and the Hawthorns and the Geelong.
He won't go to us. We won't pick him up.
Well, yeah. Well, he
We've
won't
got
go
nothing to give.
No, well,
We've
that's
got
right.
nothing to give.
So Mason Redmond, obviously he probably contradicted himself by maybe speaking about moving on a few years ago, and Merritt told him to hold on, but he wasn't a captain or a vice captain at that stage. So, and he stayed with us. So just goes to show what Zach Merritt is thinking right now. So disappointing again, Liam.
So when we talk about things, so when Rocco asks you if he's going to go to the BNF, or if he's even potentially doesn't get a move and does stay at Essendon, for me, that stuff has pretty much kind of cuts ties. It basically says, like, you're turning your back on this club. Goodbye. We don't want you. Like Kerno may end up staying at Carlton, but
he's already done it. He's already gone out and spoken to an opposition coach, that Sam Mitchell, that Ferrell there, that jested when he was playing football against the Essendon Football Club, when they were down on their knees with the drug soda by injecting, and then he's gone out there. It just really kind of just brings it up even more, because why are you going speaking to somebody like that just disrespected our football club while he was playing football? So it makes it worse than what it really should be. But I think the most important thing about Zach Merritt is that, and obviously the other coach, was that they shouldn't have had that meeting while the season was still going. Enjoy your BNF, enjoy your Mad Monday, enjoy the Brownlow, go and spend some time with your buddies on the end of season trip, and then decide what you want to go and do. And at least then you respected all the playing group, the coaches, the assistant coaches, whatever the case may be. But the way he's done it is really disrespectful, and I'm not quite sure what you boys think about it, but it really gives the power to the players at the moment. It gives too much power to the players and coaches, and it's not going to get better, before anything else.
And this is why I was upset with Silvani, right? It's not because he's a great player, and it's all because during the year he just blatantly went out there and started speaking to people, and then opposition coaches are saying that he spoke to them. That's been what I thought. You loved the club with all your heart. all right if you want to move, but don't disrespect them by doing that sort of shit. And now Merritt's done the same shit. You know what I mean? Like they want to go. Like I'm sure they can get their managers to go and talk.
Correct.
They don't have to get involved. You know, I'm sure they talk to each other and you can back and forth and see what you want to do. But to blatantly do it, I'm telling you, it's no good. And as I said, man, like sometimes getting rid of these players, it's probably the best thing that'll happen to you.
It have to be.
Right. It's probably the best thing that could happen to you. You know what I mean? You get rid of them. It doesn't matter how good a player is. You get rid of them. I'll give you an example. And Rob came up with a thing here before I read, right? When Collingwood got rid of Grundy, Stevenson, Trelaw because of salary issues, felt like the world was going to end. But it ended up being the best thing that happened. And even better when Eddie left. And that's true. You know, Eddie Maguire was a great president. But you know what? It was time for him to go. It was time for him to go. You know what I mean? And when they got rid of those players, especially Grundy, who you're given a 7-year, $20 billion contract, right? And everyone was going, you're nuts, you're nuts. Hey, since then, you've won premierships, preliminary finals, you could win another one. Hey, sometimes you got to get rid of that and rebuild and get the players that not only that you need in your team, but you know, like that want to be there, that want to win, man. You know what I mean? That's what you want. You have to build a culture. You have to build a team that wants to play together and win and do anything and do those 1%ers. You know, that's what you want. You don't want players who are just there for the money and that. You got to get rid of that shit, man. It's too hard, this competition already. It's too hard without having that shit in there.
Yeah.
And you think back to Hawthorn back in the late 2000s, in 2 drafts, they've picked up, they had all those high picks and they picked up Roughhead, Franklin, Luke Hodge, Rioli. And after 2-3 years of winning flags, it can turn quickly. If you get those high picks and like, you know, you get lucky, it can turn around. Not that I want to see it, but it could turn around.
You get the picks, but like what I was saying, it's all about the culture because the young kids come into a club, you know, and like I was saying, we've got so many young kids that have played this year that never would have had an opportunity at Carlton, Collingwood, or Richmond. They wouldn't have had the opportunity to play AFL senior football this year. Only because of our injury list, they had the opportunity. Yes, great footballers, but it just comes down to the culture, to build them, to be confident, to feel they have success. You know what I mean? It's all good in theory with these draft picks and all these good players that are coming through, the young players, but you haven't got the culture in the club, mate. It means jack shit.
100%, man. It's all about the culture, man, because what happens if these kids come in and they see that it's... I'll give you an example, right? I don't know. I know Mark owns a business. I don't know what you do, Mick, or, you know, but I'll tell you something. If you're in charge and you come in as a boss, right, and you're a bit la-di-da, right, what do you think your employees are going to be like? They'll take advantage of you. Trust me, man. They'll take advantage of you. If these kids come into a culture where they're seeing it's a little bit like, yeah, he can do whatever he wants. That bloke's sniffing lines and he still gets a game. He can do it. And guess what happens? I'll give you an example, right? When Judd came to Carlton, right, he came over and when he started training and that, the players were looking at him going, the fuck's that all about, man? This bloke's spending 5-6 hours after training doing his own personal stuff, right? Eating the right diet. Even people like Murphy and that said, mate, we never seen anything like that. We didn't know what was going on. He taught him, right, what it took to be a real AFL footballer. That was one person. At the time, we had this culture where everyone was just, we had Favola, great players, but everyone was doing just whatever they wanted to do, right? What success did we have? You need to have that highest level and you need to have that culture. If a kid comes in, he's like a sponge and he sees that your culture is rubbish, trust me, you're just going to end up with rubbish, right? You're going to end up with rubbish, man. So you need that high. So the first thing we have to do is build a place where when you get there, you demand success. That's it. We demand success. We don't want you to do half runs. mate, we want you to be 100% on every single time you go out there. That's what I want from you. And if you don't build that, Mark, you're right. You're going to get these kids in, and it's just you're wasting them. You are wasting them, So the first thing, look, let's be honest. Collingwood have got that, haven't they? Let's be honest. They got that culture.
Yeah.
They're always up there. They got that culture. You could speak, Mickey, your team. You could see you got that culture. People come in there, and they're already at a high level, aren't they?
Yep. Yeah, you're right. We've always got it. Yeah, and it's such a difference. Like you see other teams, they're never up there. And you're right. It's the culture, man. It's good culture can turn an average player into a fucking star, mate.
100%.
Yeah.
Geelong's another team, mate. They're always up there. Look at the way they build. Hawthorn also, you can say, have got that. You know what I mean? That winning thing. You know what I mean? You've got to start with that. And to me, these players that want to leave and that, yeah, all right, you can leave. But I'm telling you, I'm not letting you run the roost here. You know what I mean? And if you do want to go, we'll let you go. But again, when you got top-end players like a Merritt or a Kerno, I'm not letting you go for nothing. It's not happening, bro. You know why? Because you sign them up for long contracts, right? So you put you sign them up because you're giving them like $1 million a year for 5 years. You're giving them $5 million, right? They take it. They're happy to take that 5 years. And then 2 years they go, I want to go, right? So you've made that commitment, right? And then all of a sudden they go, I want to go to Brisbane. All right. And, and we'll give you like a second round pick. What? Fuck off. I'll play you in the reserves, mate. And then I'll see the next player that does it. And I'll see if you're gonna go down the same line. So, and that's not going to happen always. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? If a player like Merritt and Kerno want to go, most likely you're going to get a good deal for them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because they want them. So you're going to get a sort of a good deal. And you might have to negotiate a bit. You're not going to get everything you want, but it still has to be a good deal, yeah?
Yeah.
Pendlebury is a true leader at Collingwood. He's training on how he looks after his body. Yeah, he's a true leader. He's still there up to 400 games, He's not the captain, but I'm sure they look at him as a leader on the ground, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Mark's had enough.
Yeah, Mark, he's done a He's just done a minute. He's walked off out of the club, out of here. But, so all the trades have been interesting. There has been a lot of talk about trades early this year, even before finals has finished. There's heaps of movement. And every year I just see more and more like top-end players wanting to leave. It was never like that. But now it's more, they're top-end, mate, and they just want to leave, mate. Like it's really, really a spin out. It's almost like you've got to get your team together and then capitalize because you don't know. Seriously, a year ago, if you said to me Kernos would want to leave, I'd be going, you're nuts.
Yeah.
You're nuts. That will never happen. Never happen, Yeah. And now it's almost there, like with all the word that's out there. So, you got to think about this with your club too, Mick. You know what I mean? I know you say, I'm not saying Daicos will leave, but let's put Daicos in there. You know what I mean? I don't think he'll leave, but the way things are going, you just don't know, man, like in years to come.
Yeah. You don't know how the culture of the AFL evolves. In about 2 or 3 years, this the way it is could be even more like even more players will be wanting to leave even when they're contracted. If it's like that now, imagine what it's going to be like in 2-3 years.
Well, think about this. Now we're getting players like going in during the season and talking to it's kind of secret, but it's out there. What's going to happen in 2 or 3 years' time? Is it just going to be blatantly, they're going to say, I'm leaving just like the NRL? Do you reckon that might happen?
Wouldn't surprise me. With all the money involved these days,
Yeah.
With the players getting more power and managers getting power.
Well, the managers too, that's another one. They're the ones pushing because they're making commissions out of this. So they do not give a shit about the players. All they care about is their commission. So, you don't tell me that that TDK's manager wasn't pushing him to go to St Kilda
Yeah.
100%, man. He's probably making an extra 100 grand out of that deal, like as if he's not going to be saying no to that. Like he doesn't give a shit about the player, does he?
Same with Silvani, mate. Fucking, like, I can't believe I fell for this shit, mate. It's obvious that we got played, man, for that, just so they can get some extra cash, mate.
I reckon his dad played that beautifully.
Yeah.
He played that bit. I reckon, you know what? By looking back at it now, I think, you know what? That was probably on the cards from 3 months ago.
Yeah.
They already knew what was going on because all of a sudden he's not playing anymore. He's shopping around. All of a sudden he's back. I mean, I'm wrapped in a way because the amount they're going to be paying him, we're going to get a first-round pick for him. We're going to get a late first-round pick for him. Mate, to me, that's a bonus. We need it. So, mate, from someone who was only 400 grand now, they're going to pay him like nearly 900 to $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Like, mate, Merritt on, you know what Merritt's on? He's on about 800. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Your captain's on about 800. They want to move it up to about 1.1. I heard that they want to offer him more money, right? Which is funny because he's already on a contract. You don't have to offer him anything.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? You're trying to tell me that Silvani's worth the same as Merritt or as Curnow?
Yeah. It makes you think, what's St Kilda thinking, man? I don't know, man. Even DeConey, like, what are you doing, man?
That's the thing, boys. That's the thing, boys. At the moment, you just look at a player by the name of Harley Reid. He just signed a 2-year contract. 19-year-old kid, 2 years. Now, West Coast would have loved to have taken him for 10 years, right? But proactively, what he's doing, he's going to sign for 2 years. This kid, in 2 years' time, is going to be worth $2.5 million a year. So the player now has got the power to decide where they want to go. They're playing smart, mate. Sit around for another 2 years at the West Coast. In 2 years' time, he's not going to stay at West Coast. He'll go another club, and his value.
It's a ploy. This is what TDK did 2 years ago, right? So what they do is they play for the 2 years until they get to the unrestricted, I reckon it is, so that spot there, and then they can demand more, So and he's doing exactly the same thing. He'll do his 2 years, and then he'll go prime for his big contract,
Of course, because he's going to be valued a lot more, Rocco. He's going to be valued in the next 2 years. He's going to be 21, 22 years old. He's going to show what he's capable of doing, and clubs are going to be chasing him like there's no fucking tomorrow. So I don't
want to say it, but unless the shit hits the fan and something happens to him, like he gets an injury or something, you wouldn't want that to happen, and then you're done, and then you don't sign that 10 years.
That's smart management, mate. That's smart management. He's signed a 2-year contract. West Coast or wherever club they're, Collingwood, whatever, Richmond, you got a kid that's got that capability for 2 years. They should be signing him up for 10 years, mate.
Yeah, but he didn't want to.
Right. So smart management.
Exactly what TDK did. Exactly what TDK did. And the same, and Matula's right. Welcome to Matula. The same with Naz from St Kilda. He did exactly the same. 2 years at $2 million. I think he was offered a 10-year contract somewhere. And he said no. Because he knows in 2 years' time, right, he'll probably get more, So they're all thinking about the money. So anyway, it's an interesting time, man. All right. You know what? I will go into it quickly before we get into the games. But what do you reckon about this, guys? Announcement of the return of the state of origin. What does everyone think about that?
I don't mind it, man. I think it's pretty cool. It's going to be fun. You guys are going to come to Perth. You're going to get your butt kicked. Mate, it's happening. I think Rocco's got the teams as well. So
all right. Let's see. This isn't the real team, but they kind of put up a mock-up team, what you reckon it's going to be. And this is going to be Victoria versus Western Australia. Oh, I don't know, man. I reckon Victoria will easily win that game.
I think the midfield's better from Victoria for sure.
Midfield, you got Jeremy Cameron. I mean, you got Jacob Wiedering at the back there. Darcy Moore.
Player.
Nah, you haven't got one Essendon player in this whole thing.
What about Nick Martin? Nick Martin. What's going on there?
No Nick Martin for you,
Nick
mate.
Martin should be in WA's team.
Now that's ridiculous. And these players are going to be playing, are they?
Sure.
And when is it in February? They won't even be fit, man. I don't know.
Man, as if these players are going to be playing in February. The problem is that all these players aren't going to be playing in February. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
You're not going to. The problem is with this, right? Is, mate, you're not going to have your best players. The problem with this thing is it's supposed to be the best of Victoria with the best of Western. Oh, you're not going to have the best teams out there, right? I'm telling you now. I'm telling you right now, I do not want. I want to be like Essendon. I don't want to see any Carlton players in this side.
Me too, man.
I don't want to see a game where I've got Jacob Wiedering, our most important player. Curnow will probably be at the Gold Coast. I don't give a fuck, right? But then you got like Cripper, and I don't want to see them getting injured on a stupid game. And I heard people go, but you can get injured any game. I understand that, but why are we doing an extra one? Why are we doing just something extra so they can get hurt? I don't know, man. It's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. Man,
like I said, Rocco, I reckon. Look, it'd be a good spectacle to go and watch. Just kick back just before the season starts. But I reckon they should have just done like an under 23s or something like that. Just get the young players out there for Victoria, Western Australia, and get them out there to show what the couple are doing. But you cannot have your prime movers playing for what? What are they playing for? Is it a cup or something like that?
Do you really believe that this is going to be a spectacle, do you? Do you think, I'm going to be honest here, do you think these players, knowing they're on the eve of the fucking season, are going to go 100%?
No.
So then why are we doing it? And when you don't go 100%, that's when you get your injuries.
Yeah.
Did you see the spectacle in some sense, though? Yeah. But it's not going to be the greatest game of football that you ever watch. But
no way.
I'm excited to go and watch as a person from WA, so we can stick it to the Vicks. But you guys are going to feel the same.
But we won't even care. We won't even care, Liam.
No, I won't even care. I won't even watch it.
Some people that maybe it's a bigger thing for us. I don't know, but
I won't even watch it.
Nah.
I'm not cheering for fucking Nick Daicos. Fuck that, man.
The worst part about it, the Vic jumpers look almost like Carlton jumpers. It's like
they do too. They do too.
Oh man. Did you see the press conference? Like Andrew Dillon, they were so smug, like they were coming up with some fucking great thing, and all the fucking journos were there, fucking patting him on the back. Everyone's on the payroll, mate. This is going to be like fucking, brainwashed into us. But the true fans aren't going to fucking buy it, man.
State of Origin has lost its purpose. It's not the NRL, man. We have State of Origin every week. We're State of Origin every week, mate. We play it for points, man. I don't need this, man. I don't know. To me, I could see Liam likes the idea. If you're not playing 100%, I might as well go and just watch the local bull ants over here play. What am I watching, man? I'm watching a bunch of blokes just trying to get to the end.
Yeah.
Right? I'm telling you, if I was watching it, and as Carlton player there, all I'll be looking at is saying every time he went for the ball, don't get injured.
Don't touch him. Don't touch
him, man. Get him off. Keep him off, man.
Yeah.
Right. Can you imagine that first player, the big player that gets injured for the season on that game?
Yeah.
I know that because we had it. We've had it like in the last 4 or 5 years, we've had players have knees for the whole year. Newman, Doherty, we had Jagger Smith last year. Yes, you can do it in training, but that's part of your preparation for the season, which is all that counts for me. That's all that counts, right? Not this fucking, this clown show that you're going to do, this clown show. That's what it is. It's a big clown show for me.
I remember back in the early 90s when they had it, and two Hawthorn players were playing against each other. One tackled the other, and he did his knee. I think it was Tony Hall and Andrew Collins. Yes. Imagine being a Hawthorn supporter and seeing that. Like you one player tackling another player from your team, and he's just fucking made him do an ACL, you know?
And that's true, right? That's a great point. Great point. All right, so Cripper is running down the back. He gets the ball. What does Wiedering do?
Does he do?
Does he tackle him? Does he tackle him, or do you let him go?
Yeah, and if he doesn't tackle him, if he doesn't go in hard, then what's the point of the game? It's what is it? Just a fucking joke game.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Are we going to be serious about this? It's not state of origin. Can the AFL just forget about this? It's not the NRL. Do you understand? Yeah. The NRL, they almost take state of origin. It's more important.
They need it.
More important than their league. Like if you win the state of origin, it's more important than winning the league almost, right? Yeah. That's how important it is to them. Like they've built it over 100 years. It means everything to them. Like, can we just forget it? Can we just please forget it? I don't.
It's happening, Rocco. It's happening, mate. So at the end of the day, it's been confirmed. They're playing state of origin. So whether we like it or not,
100% confirmed.
Yeah. It's got a date. It's Valentine's Day, 14th of February.
I think it is confirmed.
It is, yeah. So at the end of the day, it just comes down to what clubs want to put their players in position. But I believe it's just absolute crap. But it'd be nice to watch.
What are you talking about? Scared of I'm never scared of Western Australia. I didn't even know that was a state in Australia, man, like Western Australia. What is that? Like it's on the other side.
What makes you Liam?
Come on, bro, man. What are we talking about here? Like, who do we care? And you think like, mate, we got Paddy Cribbs who's going to be playing for Western Australia. Like, we got players playing. Come on, mate. And trust me, you'll never beat
Maybe Chris will be in Chris Chips. But anyway, Liam. Yeah. You're so cocky, you know. You're so.
I'm sorry, Rockamora. You know I love you, Rockamora.
Australians, we're going to beat the Vicks. What makes you feel so confident that because you're playing at home and there's going to be, 40,000 Western Australian supporters out there, or what makes you think you're so cocky, Liam?
Mate, I'm back in my state. I think we've got the better players. I've seen us come through.
Put it up, bro, man. I wouldn't use this team here. I would use it for my fucking PlayStation team.
Mate, that's a great team, mate. We've only got one.
What are you talking about? There's no one there, man. Who's good in this side? No one's good. No one. No
one's good.
Liam, you got Patrick Cribbs, Star.
And the funny thing is, they're going to start this.
Has been.
They're going to start this
side, mate. Look at this midfield.
Oh, crazy.
Liam, are you on the payroll like all the fucking AFL journos to fucking try and sell this to us, man? Because it's not working, man.
Mate, how good.
We don't give a shit, man.
To be honest, man. And you know what, guys? You should have done it in Victoria, not in Western Australia. So if they want to build it up,
that's what the comments are saying. Victoria, mate. You guys are salty because it's not there. You still treat it like the VFL sometimes. So
I think we've shown more passion here.
You're scared that we're going to beat you. You're scared.
We've got more passion on this channel here than I reckon they'll have on the ground.
Actually, one point I do want to add as part of my excitement for the game is that it's because people my age, we haven't seen it before. So that's partly why I'm excited for this.
Yes.
I've actually never seen State of Origin before.
You're not going to get the best players, Liam. That's the difference between.
Yeah,
them,
I understand that, but the concept, I've never seen that concept before. So that is part of why I think it's pretty cool for people.
It's just
Look, I never liked it back in the day anyway, man.
You know what? It's just like bringing back the EJ Whitten medal, mate. EJ Whitten, last couple of weeks ago, they had the EJ Whitten come back on after about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty much exactly the same as that, mate.
Now, David is a good friend of mine from, he does blues radio over in West Australia. So he's a good friend of mine. And he reckons the West is the best. Get over here and do the rest. Come on, right now. Listen, bro. I think I've stirred a few people up, especially the Western Australians. They're going after me. Come on, man. I've been over there a few times. I've been over there. I just don't think that we need this. And someone said, I think it was Ultimate Greats, another great Collingwood. He said, are we taking this seriously, though? It's just a bit of fun. Why so serious? Why so serious? And this is the whole point of it. Because, man, why are we doing this? It's all about the season for me. I don't need us to play this dinky, stupid game at the start of the season where we can get injuries. Man, I'm worried about round one. I'm going to be worried now. I'm going to sit there watch my players playing a stupid game. And how many teams are going to stop their players from playing anyway and saying then they're not right? Like, that's the other thing. Do you have to play?
No. They'll probably dangle dollars in front of the players to get them to play.
Maybe. That could
Back
be
to money again.
All right.
Back to the money again.
This is what we're going to do, man. We're going to just quickly go over a few games because Mick has already given us enough time. But we'll talk about some of the games. We'll quickly go over them, and then we can go over and we'll talk about your big game. And then we've got someone else to talk about the Geelong game. But the first one, which was the Hawthorn game, the first one, wasn't it? Yes, that was the semi-finals, 10-7-67 to 14-17, 101. Jesus Christ, man. Adelaide are a bunch of frauds, mate. How bad did they perform in both finals? I mean, you know what surprised me about Adelaide is they didn't learn anything from week one. They learned nothing. They almost played the exact same game, it was just I don't know. Remember when they played you guys, Richmond, in the grand final and they got pumped? They finished on top of the ladder that year too, didn't they? And look how far that set them back, man. This could set them back again, So your thoughts on that game?
No, I don't know. I think Hawthorn just came out fired up. They looked ready to play. They came out full of momentum. They came out full of run. And it was the same as last time. Adelaide just kind of got a bit shell-shocked. They were kind of like, oh, man, like, what do we do now? Hawthorn have hit us hard. And they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to respond. Same as the week before. I didn't think they were ready for finals football. They'll take some learnings from this. They'll definitely get back again. But, yeah, this does hurt them a bit. And do you almost count the season as a failure to finish first on the ladder and lose 2 home finals?
Yeah.
You'd have to say yes. It's a failure. Well, to go out in straight sets.
42 years.
Yeah. And to think that they didn't, after that first loss to us in that first final, they didn't learn that the kind of intensity required in a big match in front of your fucking home crowd. They've had 2 games in a row in front of a packed footy park, and they couldn't bring the intensity. Yeah. They can say all they want about Rankin being out, but come on, man.
Come on, if you got one player that's going to make a difference, you're fucked.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, but, it was shocking, man. It was shocking, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's a good point there. Is it a failure? You finish on top of the ladder. I know that's a good effort from finishing bottom for the year, the previous year, right? But come on, man. You can't go out straight sets when you finish on top of the ladder and you got 2 home finals. Come on, man. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Not to take anything away from Hawthorn, who were absolutely fantastic. And
No, they were good.
they're
They were-
fucking scary. Yeah, Adelaide should have shown more intensity, man. Especially someone like Dawson that's had a fantastic year. That's where captains are made in big finals, and he had 2 quiet games in a row, man.
Yeah.
So he'd be bleeding after that. That
Fogarty?
will have a lot of Fogarty as well. Nothing.
He's
Yeah.
a fucking fraud. That bloke was nowhere to be seen, mate. He was a
Yeah.
fraud, man. That was like absolutely disgraceful, man. Like, yeah, they were shit, man. They were shit, man. They were
How about
really bad.
How about the ruckman, man? Mate, I can understand you're tall. Does that mean what? You can't kick? You got to kick like a fucking 9-year-old? What the fuck was that, man? You see that?
That was one of the worst kicks I've seen off the fucking chin, man. Like, he really looked like he did it. He's never played the game before, you know.
Oh.
You know, so that's true, man. That was disgraceful, yeah. So So Hawthorn, look, a little bit about Hawthorn did look good, man. They got a lot of weapons in that thing. Newcombe, I've named him Newcombe. That's if you watched our show, you'll understand why. He was absolutely awesome. They're small forwards. And how good is Gunston, but
yeah.
Mate,
the bloke's like 45 years old, mate. He's kicked like 7 goals, mate.
You can't beat forward craft. You can't beat it, man.
When a player's got Mark Keane, he bullied him. He made him look bad.
Yeah.
More than once. So smart footballer. He beat him with experience. He just wasn't in the right spot. He was really good to watch, Gunston.
No, I'm telling you. And Ginnivan didn't really do much, you know, but he was great like the week before, but he didn't really do much. So he can step up definitely. You know, he's become a good player. But and their defense is just so solid, you know. They're a good team, and it's the second year they've made like a second semi. So first year they made the preliminary. So, and I'm telling you, they got a big chance of beating Geelong. Don't you worry about that, you know. So, and Mitchell's a good coach, man. He just looks like he's a nice, calm. He knows his stuff, you know. So
As much as Mark hates him, you got to say he's a good coach, Mark.
Look, not for anything with Hawthorn too. That obviously they had another old veteran forward in Luke Bruce, I think it might have been. He played in the reserves and he done his ACL, was his last game, but he would have been potentially for the Hawks.
Man, that was a pretty gruesome fucking tackle that got him. You know, his knee buckled. So he's done. They look good. They look fresh.
But Hawthorn at the end of the day, last year, midway through the season, they were getting the momentum going. They won some games. They made the finals. And it all comes down to confidence, culture, you know, and confidence in going forward.
They've always been there too, man. You got to be making finals. They got
there again this year. They just made the finals, and now they got the opportunity to keep that momentum going. So that's it's fantastic with Hawthorn. They'll just keep going. And have that confidence to go forward. But it was good. It was good. Adelaide, I don't know, pretenders, mate, because I think Collingwood really should have been the minor premiers, to be quite honest. They shouldn't have gone down towards third or fourth in the ladder. But Adelaide
doesn't matter now, does it?
I don't think Adelaide deserved to be minor premiers, to be honest. So, and that's why they went out in straight sets, because they weren't deserving to be there. So Hawthorn, momentum, belief, culture, and they got through, mate. Fantastic for them.
I mean,
and the other
game, we all tipped Adelaide to beat Collingwood.
Yeah, I did.
I
tipped them both weeks.
I think Nick was probably one of the only people that said it.
All Collingwood supporters were confident before that game, and like we knew we could win that, man. So I was very surprised. Even Scotty Tompkins said Adelaide by 10 goals. Come on, man. Please. Anyway,
Yeah, well, again, being at home, you know what I mean? I don't think Collingwood was playing great football before that. So all the things led to kind of them winning. But yeah, they just weren't good, man. They just weren't good. And you, just like Hawthorn, you guys showed them up the week before. But then there was this game here too, Brisbane Lions against the Gold Coast Suns. I actually, to tell you the truth, I picked Hawthorn last week, but I actually picked the Gold Coast for this one. And 14. Brisbane Lions just mauled them. They mauled them, and they had one of their best players out in Lockie O'Neill, and mate, they didn't think. And so Adelaide can't make excuses for Rankin. There can't be any excuses. But Gold Coast, look, I think they played their grand final or their final the week before. So is the Gold Coast a failure? No, I reckon they succeeded this year because they won a final. First time they made finals. They'll be better for it next year, So, and Brisbane are they're hardened. They're a hardened side, mate. You got to think about it, man. They've been in the last 4 or 5 years. They've been there and abouts every year. Yeah, if they make it this year, it'll be 3 grand finals, that they've appeared in, So they were hard, and they got some fucking good players. The Ashcrofts, Loman, Logan, man. These players know how to play the game, So
they'll be all coming to Essendon, mate. They'll be all coming to Essendon soon, mate. They're all coming to Essendon.
Really? Oh, that's news to me. Here we go. They want to go from Brisbane to Essendon. That's a good move for them, I reckon.
Well, Draper's going there, Ridley's going there. Maybe Merritt might even go there. Give us all those players. We'll be fine.
Might, yeah. Merritt to Ashcroft, that'd be mad.
Yeah, so they were that was a good. Ashcroft will never leave for Brisbane. Fuck, they're good players, man. They showed their class. They showed their class how good they are, and I don't think losing Lockie O'Neill or even I don't even think the other big forward, their Hipwood, is going to make a big difference to them. So they should be fine They should come fresh this week. It's going to be a good game. Do you want to go into that game? Is there much to talk about the Brisbane Gold Coast game?
No, I think we kind of covered it. It was kind of the same as Collingwood Adelaide. Brisbane, just after quarter time, they were like, we're the experienced side. We know what we're doing. And you could see they were harder. They were tougher at the ball. They ran through the middle with such pace. And they've got so many dangerous players up forward. They're still my pick for the premiership.
I'll tell you one player who I reckon potentially is one of the best players in the comp. Is now I forgot his name. He's a bloody
that's good then.
Gold Coast.
Who?
Gold Coast player?
No, Brisbane. The bloke who got the free kicks the week before. What was his name? Rayner.
Yes.
Yeah. Rayner. That bloke
too. He's coming to Essendon as well.
That bloke there is a beast, mate. And look, without disrespecting Dusty, he's got those traits of the big body, breaks, tackles, goals.
He's that X Factor player for him.
Yeah. I actually have fallen in love with that. That bloke is a tough player, man. He's a match winner.
Yeah. Very similar player to Archie Perkins from the Essendon Football Club. But he needs to just
Hey?
Oh, come on, man.
Who?
He's all right, mate. He's a young fellow.
Did you say did you? Perkins?
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right. He's a good kid, mate. He's gonna be a gun.
Rayner.
Sorry. Yes.
You compare him to Rayner.
No, I'm not comparing him. I would like to be in that status of him.
He wouldn't be able to tie his shoes.
Mate, give me another year or two, mate, and we'll see.
Nah, we're done.
All right.
I'd like to see Rayner and the Gooey go together this week.
Come on, bro.
The Gooey.
The Gooey.
Yeah, Rayner and the Gooey.
It's going to be some big matchups, and we'll get into that. This is where it's all happening on the Saturday, 5:15. Mick's going to be there. Big preliminary final. Hey, Mark.
Yes.
Mark, preliminary final, that's the game before the grand final. I don't know if you knew that, but that's like what happens is if you get the finals and you get to the second last week, it's called a preliminary.
Oh,
which means preliminary means the game before the grand final. All right. So
I thought it was
I
the
just
grand
wanted you to
final.
understand that. Saturday, preliminary, Collingwood v Brisbane. It's actually the grand final replay of a few years back.
Is it Twilight, is it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because what happening is they started there so Brisbane can get back at a reasonable time and go to bed. So they make it at 5.
Yes. Benefit Brisbane. Why?
Well, what do you mean why?
What do you mean? Why you say they've got to go back and they've got to not sleep and rest and
yeah, well, you want everyone to have the most fairest kind of fucking like thing and have a rest for the week after if they make the grand final. You know what I mean? Like if they don't, it doesn't matter. But like if you do, like already Geelong finished higher, so they get the Friday night game. You know, so they're already, and that's why. You know, like what are you going to have? They have like a 12-hour difference. It's not too bad. You know, that's why they don't play it so late. But I reckon that's fair enough. You know, get the team back so they can get in a reasonable thing. So I don't know why you're getting upset that.
No, I'm just saying. Look, you know, we get technical about times these days. You know, just play the fucking game, man. At the end of the day, man, the players don't need to relax and have their morning tea and their lunch and
but you got to get back, man. You got to get them back there because they're going to be traveling. So I understand that you want to get back at night so you can get back and relax. But anyway, it'd be the same if there was a preliminary over interstate and Victorian. They would do the same thing so they can get them back that night. But anyway, stop your bullshit. This is mixed segment. You're playing Brisbane. It's going to be, like I put in the description, it's Daicos versus Ashcroft. It's going to be the two father and sons versus the two father and sons, two pretty good players on either side. It's going to be a good game, man. It's going to be a good game, and it could go either way.
It is. It's an intriguing game because we played them up at the Gabba and absolutely smashed them. And then we played them here not long ago, and they beat us pretty easily. Yeah. Having said that, we've probably got going to have like about 7 or 8 different players from that game. So hopefully that is the thing that sways us. I'm fairly confident, but I'm still very cautious. Like, as you said earlier, man, they're all over the park. They got guns, yeah? The last time Logan Morris did a job on us, but he was up against our only talls in defence on that game were Darcy Moore and Charlie Dean. But now we've got Frampton and we've got Jeremy Howell should be coming back. He's 100% fit, they're saying. We thought there was a lot of talk going around that Bobby Hill was going to play this game. I don't think he will. But even if he doesn't, I don't think we need him. We showed enough against Adelaide. We put in a 4-quarter performance away from home. This time at home at the G in front of 90+ thousand with the army behind us, I reckon we can get the job done pretty easily. The big thing is Harris Andrews in defence for Brisbane. He's the intercept king, and he's destroyed us in the past. And that's where Mason Cox comes into the picture. And a lot of people like to joke, "Oh, Mason Cox is fucking shit." Yeah. But Collingwood supporters know, man, we win when he plays. There's like the winning percentage when he plays for us, it's ridiculous. It's like fucking 75% or something. And if he's there in the forward line, Harris Andrews has got a lot of work to do. He's not going to intercept. He's going to have to try and spoil Coxie, and then it leaves our marauding smalls in the forward line to go to work. But having said that, they got good small defenders as well. So we have to put on the forward pressure off the charts to win this game, and we have to at least halve the midfield. I reckon we can. Our defence, which has been the best defence this year, can beat their forward line. So if we half the midfield and if our forward pressure is off the charts and we really maximise our momentum, I reckon we can win this game. And I'm tipping us. Look, earlier in the week, I've been saying on Collingwood forums we're going to win by 6 goals, but I'm going to temper that and say we're going to win by 20 points.
Oh, Mickey.
Well, before we go into questions, like who, Mick, 3 most important Collingwood players for the rest of the final. So who's your 3 most important players? I know, can I say Daicos?
Yeah.
Daicos.
I'm gonna say no with Daicos.
No?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna say Dagoe, yeah. With Dagoe's resurgence, it's giving other teams another thing to worry about, because before that it was always just tag Daicos and yeah. But now Daicos has put in 2 games, over 25 possessions and a goal, and he's clearing the ball. So there you go. Now we've got 2 gun mids, and so I would say Dagoe. The other one is Darcy Moore. Now, I'm his biggest critic, yeah. I've been bagging him for years, and every now and then he has a great game. He had a fantastic game against Adelaide, but he has to thank our forward pressure for that, because all of Adelaide's kicks forward were just hack kicks and they were just falling in his lap. That probably might not happen against Brisbane. So he's going to be on his game, and he's with Jeremy Howe back and Frampton in career best form. Darcy Moore will have that leeway to kind of like not have to pick up a player, and he's going to be very important. We're going to need him to be at his intercept best, so that's why I'm saying Darcy Moore. And number 3. I'm going to throw a spanner in the works, and I'm going to say Lockie Schultz. Lockie Schultz he's an absolute tackling machine. I don't know if you guys remember his tackle against in Adelaide on Mitchell Hinge. He's like a barometer for us. If he's up there in the forward line, it doesn't have to put on that much scoreboard pressure, but his tackling pressure is so important. And if he's on song, that ball stays in the forward line and it creates chances, and it can get us. It'll get us the win if he's up there going nuts with the pressure and tackling. And Nick, the good thing with Nick is, all right, he only had like 22 possessions against Adelaide 2 weeks ago, but it was probably one of his best sub 25 possession games that he's ever played, because his efficiency was through the roof. He was really damaging in that small possession tallies. So that's why I'm saying he's not the most important, but obviously he is. But just to be different, I just picked those 3 players. But obviously Nick is very important for us. But I reckon Geordie is the finals fucking king, man. For years he's been stepping up in these big games, and it's everyone's. Go.
He's a lot like Rayner, the same sort of player, you know what I mean, where he's going to break a game open in 5 minutes, but people have been naming, you got Cameron, you got side ass or side bottom, Quainer has been important for you, Ned Long, you know what I mean, Howe coming back, so there's a lot there. But on the other side, Brisbane have got the same, man. You've got both Ashcrofts who've been killing it. You got Loman, you've got Logan, you've got there's so many to name, man. And you just saw it on the weekend how many of them can stand up and be damaging. And so it's just well, look, we always say it's the midfield, it's the battle of the midfield where you're going to open it. But yeah, your defense has been okay, and with Hal coming back, definitely going to improve it. But they score a lot of goals. They can score a lot of goals. So But going the other way, their defense has been okay. But you're right. If your smalls can, like the Schwartz and all that, can take control, yeah, you're probably gonna get the result. But before you go, we'll bring in someone. He's in the backstage here, and we'll talk with Bocek. How are you, mate?
What up?
So we'll
How are you, pal?
What's happening?
Bocek's like my best mate now.
Yeah, I heard. Carlton and Collingwood, I can't believe this, man.
What's going on here, man?
Yeah, I try not to vomit when I'm designing stuff.
Yeah, I know, but you got to do what you got to do. But Bo, the legend.
How are you, Bo?
Boys, what's happening? Liam, Saka, and Big Mark. Rocco, what's happening?
All right. Any questions, Marco, Liam, Bo?
Come on, Rocco. Come on, mate. This is the last. Was it the second last show this year for the Forever Rivals? Yeah. It's all about fucking banter. Yeah. We let these guys just take it too easy. Mick comes on the show.
Taking it easy, man. I'm giving a Hollywood person on here his opportunity to talk about the game. And now I've turned to you and I've said any questions. Don't use rating what you're doing, what the show's about. Just ask the fucking question.
I'm not asking no questions, mate. I'm going to make statements, buddy. Here.
All right, then make the fucking statement.
Okay, so Mr. Mick, mate, you jump into the Forever Rivals here, mate. You're coming nice and calm and talking about your club and all that. But you are a bunch of fucking geriatrics, mate. You're an old club. You're getting old. You're a bunch of shits, mate. You're lucky. You got the free ride, mate. You're lucky you got the buy. You're lucky you won that game and you got to rest for the week. Tell you right now, mate, you guys would not be able to handle anything. And you played the Crows. The Crows. Bunch of pretenders, mate. Top of the ladder, win our straight sets. Don't get too cocky. I think.
But you said we were going to go out in straight sets, man. God.
No, I didn't say that. Brisbane.
You did.
What I'm trying to say is that.
I said it too, just quietly.
What I'm trying to say is that, Mick, just don't get carried away, mate. You've got some bunch of geriatrics there. I think Brisbane, the midfield, is going to be too strong for you boys. It's the game's going to be won around the midfield, and Brisbane have got a bit more class at the moment. So regardless of your forward line and Darcy Moore and Princess here and Bozo there, I don't want to get too into the theory because my statement's all about straight to the line, mate. And I think Brisbane will beat you boys by about 4 or 5 goals at the MCG because you're getting old and you're getting slow. And you're lucky you had the week's bye, mate, to be honest, mate. So Brisbane for me. Go for the Forever Rivals, right? Go for the Forever Rivals, mate. Couple of weeks to go.
I'm going for Brisbane too. I'm definitely going for Brisbane too.
We're all going for them.
What about Liam? What have you got to say about this?
Look, Mick, obviously Mark's making the point that you guys are older, but you are coming off. They're coming off a week off, so they're probably going to be well rested. But I wanted to ask you, Mick. Brisbane are coming in off a pretty impressive performance. They looked really good against Gold Coast, and you guys are coming in off a week off. Are you worried that Brisbane are going to come in with the momentum from a good performance the week earlier, and they're going to come in with the confidence from having beaten you, I think it was maybe, say, 2 months ago at the MCG? Does that concern you at all?
Yeah, it does. Especially like that big win they had against Gold Coast. That game was over by 3/4 time, so they put the cue in the rack, so they didn't have to keep trying. Like I was watching that game going for Gold Coast, hoping they'd smash each other, but that didn't happen. So they're not going to be as fatigued as we'd like them to be. And of course, yeah, they did. The fact that they beat us a few weeks ago doesn't really concern me as much because we were a bit undermanned and our training loads were high and we were just in shit form as a whole. So that doesn't concern me. But, watching them last week, I was very impressed and that does concern me. But I'm still confident we'll get the job done.
Fair.
You have to be confident. And, I mean, you're playing at home. So that's what gives you confidence. But I think Brisbane, they're still, mate, they're a class act. They've been there before. They're the reigning premiers. You are from the year before, but they're the reigning premiers. Preliminary finals. They travel well. They show that they can be down a player. Listen, I would not be surprised either way, to tell you the truth. It's going to be Bo. What are you going to say about this game?
I'm not going for Brisbane. I don't go for other teams, but it'd be nice if they just absolutely go out there and pump them. I mean, Saka's my best mate now and stuff, right? But I hope you get flogged, dude. Well, I can't even tell you, because the repercussions of them winning, it's not about it's what you have to hear from the fans, right? And then you have to hear that until the season starts again, and then you think it's over. And do you know what? It keeps going. We're still the flag winners until the end. Over. Like, take the piss. I don't want to hear it for a whole nother fucking season. So, but I'll tell you now, right? No, I'm not salty, Ronnie. I'm like the least salty person you'll meet. What I don't really care is who wins at all. I don't really care. I just want to see good footy. I think you're gonna get pumped by 5-6 goals by Brisbane, right? But at the same time, part of me's thinking, this could be like a one kick in the last 30 seconds sort of thing, you know what I mean? But
didn't you tip us for the flag, man?
That was my next thing. I tipped you for the flag pre-season, and my wallet wants you to win, right?
Oh, okay.
Because if you win, mate, forget Bali. I'm going overseas somewhere else, right? So that's
you can't escape us, mate. You'll find the Collingwood supporter all over the world to give you shit, mate. Don't worry about that.
Hey, trust me, I see many of them over in Mykonos.
This channel, we just fucking allow you Collingwood supporters to come on here, man. Like, you blokes, man, we're the last people that are like are salty and that. We just get you on. Look, we're giving you some airtime. I promote your channel.
The definition of salty, like, I don't quite get it, because it's doesn't it mean like you're a sore loser or something like that, right?
I'm a girl. Hey, we don't.
Nah.
We don't define between genders and that. I don't know what. I just not saying anything.
Oh boy. Let's move away. Nah, look, I'm just gonna stick with Bo and say that I picked Brisbane pre-season as my flag team, so it doesn't matter that they're playing Collingwood.
I'm going to go with this, right? This is going to be my thing with it. I think, to tell you the truth, in a way, Mark was right, in one sense. You beat Adelaide, and Adelaide showed that they just weren't up to it, right? So the pressure wasn't really there. Before that, for 8 weeks, you haven't been good at all, you know? So if you win this game, it's a fucking great win. It's a big win, man. So to me,
you all had false hope. The last 2 games of the season they had hope, right?
But,
and then in this final series, because they won and went straight through to the prelim, I haven't heard the end of it for the last 2 weeks about how we're back and we got our mojo back and this and that and blah, 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 blah. If you look at it logically, it's exactly what you just said. They went and played Adelaide, who are they're a shadow of their old self, right? And that is their benchmark for being back.
Yeah.
For me, no, that's not it. That's like us beating West Coast and saying we're so bad.
Saka's getting ready with the cigarette. Right. The pressure's on already.
Now, I've had this in my hand for fucking 2 hours, mate.
But you know what I mean? Like that is the equivalent of us beating West Coast, and then everyone started getting back on the band. Oh, we're back. Oh, Carlton's back, and bullshit. You're all tapped in the head, man. Like, if you just look at it actually logically for 2 seconds, this is the test this week.
Oh, of course, man. I agree.
You get over Brisbane, and you might think, okay, we're a chance. Of course, technically you're a chance because you're being in the grand final, right? But then you got to get over Geelong, should they go through, right? So for me,
it's a tough.
This week is the test that should have been last week, and then you can kind of say, okay, no, we're sort of back. You know what I mean?
Look, man, finals, man. It's the last 4, man. It's tough. No matter whoever wins, it's going to go through a tough trot, man. And look, how many times have you seen over the years, man? Hawthorn, when they won those flags, they never finished on top. They were up and down during the season. Come finals time, bang. Richmond the same, man. Brisbane back in the day. History is littered with examples like that.
Once you get to the finals, the
four?
season means nothing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Every single week is basically a grand final.
It all comes down to this week. It comes down to the preliminary. It's as simple as that, man. You make it through. It doesn't matter where you feel. Like if Hawthorn make it through, right, from 8th, hey, they're the biggest chance as anyone to win this grand final.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's about that. So look, man.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
What you just said there, if Hawthorn makes the grand final and they play Collingwood, I'll put a bet on Hawthorn.
Yeah, they fucking absolutely destroyed us a few weeks ago.
I feel if Hawthorn get to that grand final with the adrenaline, okay, I know it's a whole different ball game, nerves, everything plays a part, but with the adrenaline and the belief and the brotherhood that team has, that is pretty much on par with the same sort of culture that Collingwood has. If not more. Those guys together are like best mates, man. Like those guys go out and will fight for each other. Collingwood do the exact same thing. And that's why, like, you look at our 2023 season, how people sometimes turn around and say the only reason we got that far was because of passion and desire and heart, right? Why the fuck? Yeah. I got nothing for that. Right?
I got nothing.
He's such an idiot, I swear. If you go by passion, heart, and desire, I think Hawthorn show more of it than what Collingwood do. And Collingwood are right up there with like tribalism and all the rest of it, right? As a group. If Hawthorn get in that position in the grand final, honestly, they're a freaking huge chance.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course,
I agree.
Of course, Bojack, because at the end of the day, they're going against Geelong, mate, which are quite experienced.
That's it.
They got the week's rest. So if Hawthorn can get over the line and beat Geelong,
what's going on here, man?
Can you guys agree that
I'll be
what's going on here? He's weeks away from being. So what's going on here? Breach of contract. Oh, here we go.
I think what a lot of people forget. What a lot of people forget is half the battle with finals games is a mental thing.
Yeah.
Right? They forget that. We can sit here and talk about how good Collingwood is, how good Geelong is, and how they look unbeatable right now and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you come down to grand final day and you can get absolutely spanked because your mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it's week by week, really, at this stage, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all in the moments, man. The big moments, the big players have got to step up. As Gerard Whateley said, man, it's about the stars, mate. The stars, your stars have to fucking show up in big moments, and when you get those momentum swings, you just got to maximize it.
Michael Voss knows all about it.
Tough, man. It's going to be a good game, man. Like I really can't see this game or the other game being like there's going to be no no team's going to get away from any other team. I think they're going to both be close. Brisbane they're not going to shy away from this. Collingwood's not going to shy away from this. They've been in this month. The thing is apart from Hawthorn, the other teams have all been there over the years, time after time after. They know what this is all about, man. And that's one problem Adelaide had, I think, and even Gold Coast last week.
Yeah.
But they all know. They've all been there. You could see Brisbane last week, man. Like, they got punished the week before, but you could see last week, man, they set their sights. They knew exactly what to do, And and the other thing about Brisbane, they're not scared of the G. They are not scared of the G. That's one team that isn't scared of the G. I think Collingwood was spewing that Brisbane one. They would have preferred Gold Coast to win for sure, but
fucking
yeah. But so that's it. So it's going to be a good game. I hope you get destroyed. I'm going Brisbane by about 8 points. I think that's going to be the thing. I hope it's less than a goal and they kick a goal after the siren. I want to see their hearts being ripped apart. I want to see crying in the stands. I want to see the kids cry. I want to see the Collingwood kids cry. I want them to be fair enough. Am I reading to like? Is that fair enough?
Fuck.
Is
Oh,
that
right.
I think Rocco, the beauty about it, if we don't see Collingwood lose this week, we can still go on next week in the grand final, and it would be even better to see them lose.
You know what? I don't want to see that because I want to enjoy the grand final. And if Collingwood are in the grand final, I can't enjoy it. I can't enjoy it.
Mate,
It'd be sweet success.
if it's like a Collingwood grand final, I'm going home. That will suck.
Yeah, see, everyone wants to see the kids cry. I want to see Collingwood kids cry. I just want them to be.
No, don't put that on camera.
You know what the worst part about being in a prelim while all the other rivals are long gone, like we miss out like on all the best fishing. Like I got to ask you guys, are the flatheads coming out on size and the snapper and the whiting? Like how's everything going out there in the bay?
Yeah, I don't like to fish, but all the stuff I'm doing, I'm having a great time. I've got plenty of time during September to do lots of stuff. I've been watching lots of
This
movies,
is all we've got now.
heaps of movies. I watched the Charlie Sheen doco. I watched Platoon, which is one of his first movies. I've been watching heaps of movies. It's a great time for Carlton supporters. We get to rest.
We've got the EPL. It's all good.
He's got the EPL, but he follows a shit team anyway, so he's like a loser there too. So
we'll be all right, Rocco, mate. We'll be all right, mate. Don't worry.
Who's he back?
What goes around comes around, buddy, mate. Don't worry. It's going to come around soon.
I fucking
Hey,
hope
can we
so.
just go? Can we go to this comment for one? Sorry, can we go to this comment
Which
for 1
one?
second? Being purple green, Brisbane have way more injuries and outs than the Pies, plus less rest. Yeah, that one. Don't they have the exact same outs as they had last week?
Yeah.
Brizzy?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. Means nothing.
Yeah, Lockie Neal's a big loss, but yeah.
Lockie Neal, but you saw that someone like they had some players
Yeah,
really up. I think it was Lohman. Was it Lohman who stood up?
With the shaved head.
Yeah, with the shaved head, he did the opposite of Samson. You know, and the other thing is, with the less rest, remember they won the premiership last year, winning 4 games.
Yeah.
So it's I don't think it really matters, but yeah, they got a couple of injuries. I mean, is Collingwood got any? I think they're pretty much full now, aren't they?
Yeah, we're pretty much full team. I don't think we've got any major top player missing for this game. We're pretty much all, no excuses for this one for us. Yeah.
And quickly, Peter V on the comments there. Mark, are you still into the West Indies? Of course, I'm still into the West Indies, mate.
Yeah, you're a fucking.
So
This is great.
Yes, I'm still into the West Indies.
That's worse than following Collingwood this week, man. To go for the West Indies.
Just ask me a question, mate. Mark, are you still
Hang on.
Wait a sec. Before we go on, I just want to read this comment. I'm watching The Girlfriend at the moment. It's pretty good. Now, I don't know what your wife's saying about that, but to put it out there, like, what's going on, Rocco, man? Like, don't put it out there, man. Like,
I'm watching a room staring at someone nice. I need answers, Mark. How the hell do you grow up in Australia? Did you grow up in Australia?
Yeah, I was born in Australia.
Born here, grown up here. Yeah. How on earth do you support the West Indies over Australia?
It's ridiculous.
Well, mate, it's very simple. Well, there you go. Rocco just solved the question right there. Bolchik, how old are you, my friend? Mind me asking?
Me?
Yeah.
18.
You're not 18 years old. You're 18 years old.
37.
I was going to give you one of those scuffles across the chops, mate.
37.
Well, when I was about 7, 8 years old, the West Indies were a great cricket club and team, and they were winning, and I just followed them from there, and then ever since I just supported them. And I'll go out and see them when they come to Australia, when they go to Sydney.
Okay, Mark.
So
I watched West Indies in the 80s.
And they,
how can you go
in the 90s?
Your country?
Who do you break for in the soccer? Who do you back
Me.
for in the
I
soccer?
know. What?
Well,
when we
Socceroos.
play- Yeah, when we play international.
So if it's Italy versus Australia in the World
Australia.
Cup, so 30 years ago,
Aussies, man.
When Australia are in it,
yeah.
I follow Australia, right?
Yeah.
When Italy and Australia are in it, I follow Australia. When it's
Okay.
just Italy, I follow Italy.
Like with the Euros or something.
Oh,
Is that-
you're just
So
like-
Rocco,
you're just
back in that
half
World-
okay.
Rocco, back in that World Cup when what's his name? The Italian player dived and Australia copped the penalty.
Rocco.
Were you cursing?
That was a strange moment, wasn't it? It was a very
Yeah.
strange moment because you wanted Australia to win, but then since Italy went through, it was, you know what it was like? It was like dancing with your sister, you know, like it was good, but it just felt uncomfortable, you know, like it just didn't work out right. So yeah, look, at
Just
the
answer that
time,
question, Bojack, mate. I've always bagged for the West Indies, but when the Australians are playing England or India or Sri Lanka or Pakistan or Zimbabwe or whatever.
yeah, but if Australia play West Indies, you go for West Indies.
That's exactly what you were saying, Rocco, mate. When Italy play whatever.
No, it's not exactly what I was saying. It's not exactly.
It's the
I
complete
said
opposite. It's
when
the reverse.
Australia play Italy, when Australia and Italy are in an international, I go for Australia.
Okay, I'll tell you straight out, Bojack. If it's at the MCG and West Indies are playing Australia at the MCG, Boxing Day test, whatever, I'll be there barracking for the West Indies.
You're a dog. You
Why?
are a dog.
Whoa.
It's
You're
not
not-
right,
Hang
Mark.
on.
It's not right,
Because
mate.
Australia-
Hang on.
Because I'm
There is
Australian,
a
I have to
difference
vote for
between-
Australia.
Thank you.
I've got a choice. It's a free country.
I know
Rocco.
you got a
I
choice. You
know,
go against
but there
your
is-
bloody
there is a-
country.
You're choosing a country. Do you have any West Indies in you at all, or have you had any West Indies
No,
in you?
it's not about that. It's about
It
when
was
I was
about
young.
Midbury and Richards and Clive Lloyd and all those players.
correct.
Hang on. This is
Yeah,
about
they're
Yeah,
gone. They're gone now.
Desmond
They're
Haynes,
gone.
Gus Logie, Jeffrey
They're gone.
Dijon,
They're
Holding.
gone.
Mark,
Bye-bye.
but
Come
this
on,
is about
boys.
international
You guys are
stuff.
getting a little bit
Usually you would go
now.
for the usually you
Come
would
on.
go for the country that you are from, but you chose
Why?
a whole different country.
Why? Why?
All right, tomorrow I'm going for San Marino.
Why not, mate? Go for them. If that's your opinion, if that's your belief, that's what you want to go
Come on,
for.
Mark,
Go for
man.
it.
What
Come
the
on,
length? That
dude.
is
How did you not go for Australia, bro? Come on.
I'll tell you right now, guys. Whatever's out there, if when it's the Olympics and there's swimming, if there's the swimming and there's an Italian swimmer and there's an Australian swimmer,
I'm going
you
for
know who I'll
Zimbabwe.
go for?
I'm going for Zimbabwe. I'm going for fucking Zimbabwe. But I'm just
Come
gonna
on,
pick
man.
I'm just gonna pick a country and I'm just gonna go for them.
No, I'm
You
going to
know
go for
why?
the
Because
Italian
when I
swimmer.
once watched TV,
Why?
there was a Zimbabwe flag,
Because
and it
that's
was like,
what
them.
Did you hear what he just said? If it was Australia and
What is
Italy
going on?
swimming, he would go for the Italian swimmer.
Yeah. Why
No,
not?
So
man, what are you
you just go against Australia at every opportunity.
No, if it was Australia swimming against the English or the Americans, I'd go for the Australians.
You can't pick and choose. We don't want you here, Mark. We don't even want you in Australia anymore.
Oh, okay. I'll go back.
Deport him.
Mark, are you born in Italy or are you born here in
I
Australia?
was born in Australia, mate. Does it make a difference where you're born?
Man.
I could be born in Papua New Guinea, mate. I could be born in South Africa, mate. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no, I can't
That's
argue.
who I support.
I'm going to leave
That's
him
who I
to
support.
it.
Hey, Mark, I've got a question for you though.
I got to get that water, man.
Have you heard of Bridgetown?
Bridgetown, in what, Sydney or England?
Barbados, mate.
Mark, I'm going to tell you now. Bridgetown is one of the towns in the West Indies. I thought
Jamaican?
maybe you were from there, but I guess I'm mistaken.
Well, mate, I wasn't born there, mate, so I don't know where Bridgetown is or fucking.
You should support your nation.
You should support your nation,
Support
mate.
that nation.
Come on, man. Come on, boys. You get that. You guys are getting a little bit outstrippers now, man. You just follow a team. You just follow a team that you enjoy and you like.
You follow your country, mate. That's what you do.
Oh, you have to follow your country, Rob.
Yes, you've got to follow your country, mate.
Yeah. So you got to
I'm
follow.
Australian, mate. I died for Australia. I'm Australian.
Where were you born, Rocco? Where were you born?
In Australia, I was born in Australia. I was born in Melbourne in the Royal Victoria bloody hospital there.
Where was that near? Where was that near?
That's where I was born. Huh?
Where was that? How did you barrack for Carlton then? How did you barrack for
What's
Carlton?
Carlton got to do with it?
That's a club.
It could have been in the area that you were born in.
So you're trying to say no one is born in fucking, let's pick somewhere, bloody Hawthorne? Who the fuck's born in Hawthorne? Like, they're all born here.
That's why there's not a lot. That's why there's not a lot of Hawthorne supporters, because there's not a lot of Hawthorne.
Who the fuck's born in Essendon? There's no hospitals in Essendon.
How technical can we go? Because technically, I was born in St. Vincent's Hospital. I should go for St. Vincent's FC.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? One's
Why
a club,
not?
one's a nation.
That's right. So why not go for it? Why not go for that club? Why not go for
Anyway,
it?
listen, this is getting off track, and you know what's happening?
so
We have got
confused.
someone on the line who wants to come on, right? But
I
what
love
we're
you,
going to do is we're going to get rid of. It's time to go, Mick Sacker. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Thanks, Mick.
Make sure
No worries,
you-
guys.
Thanks.
make
Always
sure
a
you get
pleasure.
on the Magpie Army Chronicles. I'm sure. When are you doing your next live?
I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow night at about 8:30 after the teams are named, and we're probably going to break the record of going longer than 5 hours, because when I get the people on, like there's people like Ultimate Greatness and Manny and Matthew from Bangkok, mate, we can talk for hours, mate. So we'll just be rambling on about Collingwood for 5 hours.
You definitely are like stealing all the ideas from the jumper punch, aren't you? You are.
I am.
You are.
Yeah. I'm replicating exactly
You also
what
took
you're doing.
Bocek from us, who's now all of a sudden
Yes.
working for you.
Yeah. I've got Bocek working for me. It's all good, man.
I don't appear on the show, so
Oh, mate, that is
I'm part of
shit.
that.
All right. If anyone wants to have a good laugh, get onto the lives, because is Manny going to be on?
Yeah, he usually even he's on the island of Lesbos at the moment in Greece.
Oh, Leslie.
But he calls up. He can't speak for the whole show, but he usually comes on and has a chat, and he's the one that lifts us, mate. Sometimes we get into a bit of a lull, and then Manny comes on and come on, boys, lift, you know. So we need him. He's in the chat right now.
Yes, I think I saw him somewhere.
Hey, Mick,
So
I've
good
got a
on
question
Manny,
for
man.
you.
We love Manny. All right, good on you, man. I like to say good luck, but you know I'm not going to mean it. But good luck on your show, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
No worries. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Nick. See you, mate. See you, mate. All right. Now, there is another big game, but before we go, we're going to get this bloke. He's been sick as a dog. He has been. He's been crying about, I don't know if I can make it because I'm sick. He's like a little baby, right? But then look, we've got him on there, so we're going to say hello to the Geelong Zone, Lucas. How are you, mate?
Yeah, great, baby. Hello, Rocco. Hello, everyone except Mark. Mark, you should be arrested for treason for that spiel you just said about West Indies. That's disgraceful. Absolute disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself,
Freedom of
Mark.
speech, mate. Freedom of speech. My own opinions, my own beliefs, and my own barracking.
Absolutely
mate.
freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean we can have our opinions as well. That's just absolute. You don't even believe that what you just said. That's
You can have your own opinion. No,
Please.
you're referring to Mark here from Forever Rivals, mate. Let's go, brother. Let's go.
This
But cultural Curtly Ambrose 90s, you know, the West Indies are irrelevant now in Test cricket, mate. They are absolutely dead. So, what a bother.
Okay. I'll keep supporting him, mate. I'll keep supporting him, like the Rocco with the Blues and me with the Bombers.
It's not like Rocco in the Blues. Don't have Rocco in this conversation.
So you're still supporting Mark for 30 years, Rocco?
I am patriotic. I follow my nation in everything. I don't care what they do. I follow Australia. If Australia's not there and Italy is, then I move to Italy, right? Because that's where my heritage is from, right?
So, what's
That's
your
as far as I go.
So what's
The
your
West
second team?
Indies-
What's your second team in the AFL then, Rocco? What's your second team in the AFL then?
There is no second team in the AFL.
What the
What's that got to do with it?
Who's your second team, Mark?
Who's your second team?
No, there's no second team.
No.
So what are you asking me for?
Well, you just said that if it's not Australia, it's Italy.
But that's nation. They were talking
Oh,
nation.
yeah.
Because that's where my heritage is from.
Oh, mate.
Well, let's move on. Just don't start with Mr.
Losing the
Geelong.
Lucas.
Geelong's own there. Don't intimidate me, mate. All right.
Well, I'm sorry. It hurts to laugh, and already I'm laughing with joy over that the other ridiculous thing you just said, Mark. But that's all right. No, I haven't been that well. A throat virus. So but I'm here now. I love you, Rocco. Love doing this with you guys, Liam, Mark, Bocek. When Mark's not propaganding against West Indies. But no, I love all you guys.
We appreciate that you made the effort to get on, mate. We're great to preview this big preliminary final on Friday night. Now, this is one of the big rivals in the last 20 years, Geelong and Hawthorn. I mean, I don't think there's any love lost between these two teams. They're going to be a big final. Geelong looked great in their first one. Hawthorn have looked great in their last two. They're playing it. It's a neutral ground. Going there, I think they're almost fully fit. I think Geelong is pretty much, you can tell us more about that. But yeah, Friday night, I am really looking forward to this. How are you feeling about it?
Well, very, very nervous with this game. I think I would have rather have played Adelaide. I'm not going to hide from that. Yeah, Hawthorn are a tremendous team. The question going into that semi-final against the Crows, have they improved? The question is, yes, they have improved from last year. What I want to know is how much have they improved? Have they improved that they're going to go all the way, or they're going to be a bit like a Collingwood when they lost to Sydney and then they won the flag the year later? Are they going to be that team? So I don't know, but I am very nervous about this. We were fantastic against Brisbane. I also came on this show. I said I was nervous in that game as well. I did not expect them to demolish Brisbane like that. I did not know that was going to happen. I thought if anyone was going to demolish someone, it was going to be Brisbane demolishing Geelong. So I did not predict that. Our pressure was absolutely outstanding in that qualifying final against Brisbane. Our ball movement was fantastic, but with Hawthorn, the last 5 weeks with Hawthorn, they've been absolutely brilliant as well, especially their ball movement, especially Jai Newcombe. My goodness me. Hell of a lot of work's got to go into Jai Newcombe this game because if he has another 35 disposal game, they will win. But we do have the best tagger in the business, in my opinion, Ocean Mullen. He's kept very good players quiet very recently all year. He needs to do a hell of a job on Newcombe. Newcombe can go forward a bit. We saw that last game against Crows where he went forward, kicked a goal. But no, this is a very tough game for Geelong. It's going to be a tough game for Hawthorn. As you said, it's neutral. There's going to be probably a 50-50 fan base. So I don't think there's going to be one-sided filled with dominant fans or the other. It's going to be a neutral game. And it's going to be a very hard contest. I think the Collingwood and Brisbane game, I think Collingwood are more likely to go through than what Geelong are likely to go through because of Hawthorn's momentum. I think Beauchamp brought this up a couple of minutes ago. Hawthorn's momentum is very dangerous. They have nothing to lose. They've gone a step further than what they did last year. So they have nothing to lose. You know, we played a fantastic qualifying final. And last year we lost the prelim. We lost the prelim after beating Port Adelaide in the qualifying final. So pressure's on us. And you know my thoughts about that. I think this is a legacy coaching game for Chris Scott. He cannot afford to lose two prelims in a row, back-to-back years. That cannot happen, especially against our rivals, Hawthorn. This is not just some final game. This is against our rivals. Imagine if it was a prelim against Collingwood and Carlton. Cannot lose this game if you're a Geelong fan. So the pressure is right on Geelong.
Look, I'll tell you the truth. I love how you're honest and you tell us what you really feel about the thing, man. It's actually you don't hide anything. And you said this a few weeks ago about if he loses the prelim, is there question marks on Scott? And I'm looking at that going, this bloke has made so many grand finals, preliminaries. We got a coach who's absolutely shit house, right? And we just hoping he can win a game. And we keep him. We don't give a fuck. And you're sitting there going, if we lose a preliminary, there's got to be question marks on it. And you know what? Maybe that's what Carlton needs. Bocek? What do you reckon about that, man? Does that spin you out, man? They're questioning Chris Scott if he loses a preliminary.
Being a Carlton supporter, that looks incredibly stupid to us because if we were in that position, mate, I'd be absolutely laughing and loving life every weekend during the season, right? But at some point, you have to say, well, when does the next stage come, right? I'm not saying it. So here's I've actually got a different question, right? For you, Lucas. So
yes, mate.
It's not about the game, but it's about your club, right? So Damien Pack Me Another Bong Barrett has said, right, that that Curnow is wanting Geelong at the top of his list. I guess it's Geelong, Gold Coast, and Sydney, right? So I think Geelong. I don't think Geelong are in a position to get him, right? I think they've probably got the worst chance out of all three of them, right? But I think you might have said something about it ages again, but what do you think of if Charlie comes to you? Do you think it works? Do you think he's too Hollywood? What is it?
Well, when Charlie's on song, we know what he can do. You guys know what he can do. Yes, he's had a very bad year. Some of it's been injury. Some of it's probably he's had enough of the club, hence why he wants to trade. I think if you can get the best out of him, he is no doubt he's going to kick you 60, 70 goals a year. There's no doubt about that. He'll do that in Geelong with a great midfield and good ball movement. There's no doubt. The problem is
need him?
Yeah, that's the actual problem. Now, who would you? The question is, who are you going to kick it out of that forward line?
You're
not going to kick out Cameron.
You can't kick Cameron out. It makes no sense.
Yeah, you can't kick Cameron out. Can't kick Neil out though. I'm not convinced yet with Neil. I still think he has a lot of work to do. Though he could kick 6 goals this week, and that conversation will be dead. You look at the small forwards. Manner's been absolutely fantastic for us. You're not going to kick him out. You're not going to kick out Stengel. Brad Close brings different things. He brings forward pressure that the other forwards don't. So it's very hard to kick someone out. Now, the most likely one probably would be Neil, because Neil's young. He hasn't really proven himself yet in finals against Harris Andrews. He kicked 2 junk time goals last game, but mainly Harris Andrews got him again, where he got him in the last prelim final last year. So I'm looking for some improvement from Neil this game or the grand final if we win. If not, then you can do a swap deal. You can if you're gonna send Neil out, then you got to swap him anyway. You might as well swap him for a trade. If he's the one that's going to whoever goes out, you can use that as a swap deal.
Yeah.
I said this on my video that Geelong's motto is winning now. They bring the free agents to their clubs. They've always done that. Bailey Smith, Dangerfield, Cameron, Zach Tui, Rowan, came from Sydney. Zach Tui came from Carlton, won a premiership. So did Rowan from Sydney. They've always bought free agents or players that want to leave their clubs. They want to join Geelong, and it's been very successful. That's Geelong's motto. Geelong's motto is not necessarily about youth. It's winning now. That's their motto. Curnow fits that now more than Neil does at this point in time. But having said that, Curnow's not proven in finals either. What's Curnow done in finals? That's the real question. Now, going by that motto, yes, I'd rather have Curnow than Neil, but I want to see what Neil does in this game and possibly grand final before I make my judgment. But at this point in time, I would have Curnow in based on the now,
Okay.
because he's a better player. He's all round better, and I think that player should be Neil, in my opinion.
All right, that's fair.
That's interesting. And you know what? You did say something. Imagine Curnow with that midfield and the way they deliver the ball.
Yeah.
Like, it would be huge different. And maybe even a forward coach that could actually direct them into, and you'd have someone like a Cameron who could actually say, listen, bro, this is what we're doing, you know, instead of going, let's run into each other. Let's all try to jump on top of each other, you know, and say, it would be a different.
And they'll get his body right over there too.
100%. And you see what they did with Jack Martin. I can see him winning the Norman Smith.
Yeah. Jack Martin. Yeah, and another one that didn't work out with Carlton, you know, he's played for other reasons, played with injury, which is a shame. They've got his body right. He's playing all games. So I could definitely see him winning Norman Smith. He's a kind of person that could kick 4 in a day, 4 in 10 minutes. He did that against St Kilda in Geelong.
Like 3 or 4.
It came on as the sub and kicked 4 straight away.
So he can definitely do it.
Played as a sub, came on as a sub and kicked 4 goals in about 10 minutes. So he's capable of that. He's got that explosiveness, and that's what Geelong do that very well. They just don't pick it. They just don't get anyone. They want certain type of players, but when they do bring them over, they look $1 million. Like I said, they're very successful when they do that. You know, Zach Tui, probably not as big as Curnow was at Carlton, but won a premiership. Roran came from Sydney, struggled with Sydney to win flags over there, came to Geelong, won a flag. Dangerfield from Adelaide won a flag. So we do that extremely well, Geelong. I don't think any club does that better, attracting free agents and winning with them free agents, as much as Geelong do.
All right, and you know now Rocco Morto tells he's absolutely fuck these Cats supporters are giving me the shits, and you are now because now like look, we just bring him, we win a flag, we'll bring him in, we'll win another fucking flag for fuck's sake. Mark and Liam, have we got something to say to Lucas? What do we got to say about this Geelong team?
You want to go, Liam, mate? It's up to you, buddy. But I've got not much more to say about that.
But then you got nothing to say to Geelong.
The free agency bullshit.
Nah, you got to give Lucas some time.
That just solves the whole problem about the free agency, mate. Because you just named 5 or 6 players that were free agents.
He's going to
went straight to Geelong. They went straight to the clubs that are better. The clubs that are being successful. It's going to affect this whole AFL system, mate.
Well, Mark, you're right to be fair, but if your team actually could win a final, that would be nice.
Well, regardless if we win a final or not, mate, the players are going, the free agency players are going for teams that are successful. So the stronger teams are going to get stronger. The weaker teams are going to get weaker. And that's what's happening every year the last 10, 12 years because of this free agency bullshit. Because the names that you just produced right then there, Lucas, are free agency players. Bailey Smith, whatever the case may be. They're going to clubs that feel that they're going to win flags. And it's not going to work, mate. It's not going to work. But
does that say, on a serious note, does that say more about the club than anything? Like if people are choosing Geelong and getting over there and actually being successful, instead of being upset at them, shouldn't you be looking and going, what are they doing that we're not? Why are they getting these players? Why are they coming over? Why are they winning?
Well, the players don't look at what the culture and what the president is and who the fucking.
I think they do, mate.
They're going to go
straight. They do.
Well, they do, but they don't, mate. Because you look at.
I think they fucking do, mate. They look at. If they're looking at. I'll tell you right now, right? If they're looking at Essendon or Geelong, right, they look at the way you run your club and they look at the way Geelong run their club. I guarantee they'll take less money to go to the Geelong.
Of course they would. They want success. But that's what I'm saying. It's not just 1 or 2 clubs now, Rocco. It's become to a stage where it's 6 or 7 clubs now. Who wants to go to Carlton? Who wants to go to North Melbourne? Who wants to go to St Kilda unless they're paying big bucks? You know, so that's what's happening. This free agency has got to stop because the player has got too much power to choose whatever team they want to go to. Look, I mean, that's my theory again, but it's not working, mate. And that's why Geelong And these clubs are successful because the players are going to these teams.
That's helping be successful. You know, we also got Isaac Smith, who came from Hawthorn. Isaac Smith, you know, basically said Geelong, you know, and that's very rare for a rival player to go to a rival team. But Isaac Smith straight away didn't even look at any other contenders. He said, "I'll just go to Geelong." And again, we won a flag with him. So it helps to have It helps to have a good culture. If you're bottom of the ladder, no one wants to play you there. Look at North Melbourne. They tried to get Dustin Martin's big bucks.
The AFL needs to support these weaker teams because it's eventually going to get to a stage where, because they have to, mate. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I disagree. Because I'm not favouring Geelong or Carlton or anyone here. I'm disagreeing with the whole thing here, right? Because if you mismanage your side, why should you get help? It's like now West Coast asking for fucking extra draft picks or whatever. Why? So you mismanage it.
What do you mean by mismanaging your side? Okay, what do you mean by mismanaging your side?
Look at your side. 20 years without fucking winning a fucking final, you've mismanaged your whole fucking team.
Well, then we've got to make different choices in the way that the system goes.
Right. So it's up to you. You're saying that the AFL should do something about it. I'm saying Essendon should do something about it.
Correct.
It's not just about Essendon, mate. It's about North Melbourne. It's about security.
All of you.
So, hang on. Basically, what that's telling every team is that no problem if you're shit, you'll get something. What is this, grade 2?
But it also does. You know what else it also does?
But you got to start realising that the players are leaving your club to go to better teams.
Why? And that's what you're
why, Rocco. It's been happening for the last 10 years, and that's what's. But
why are they leaving the same clubs?
Yeah. Well, who are the same clubs that have been successful in the last 10 years, Rocco?
Yeah, and why are they going there? So instead of like sitting there and complaining and saying, "Oh, they're doing this," you should be looking and going, "Why are they leaving my club? And why do they want to go to a club like Geelong?"
The player's not going to look at that. The player's going to be looking at going somewhere successful. Don't worry about the club.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why do they want to go there?
I personally feel bad I feel bad for Zach Merritt. He's done everything he can, Mark, at your club, everything he could possibly can. But he knows he's not going to do anything there. He's wasting his career then. He wants to move on. I find that there's no problem with that. Now, unfortunately, Hawthorn, Geelong, Collingwood, you know, they're the teams right now that are getting it right. You know, of course, he's not going to leave Essendon to join North Melbourne. He's not going to leave Essendon to join Richmond. No offense, Liam. He's going to leave Essendon for a bigger club because he wants to win a flag. That's his point. It's got nothing to do. You know, that's on Essendon for not trying to get that team some kind of progression. Now, I'm not saying Essendon needs to win the grand final to keep Merritt, but at least show some progression. You've done nothing in 10 years. That's the point.
Most of those clubs haven't done nothing for 10 years or 20 years, Lucas. Most of those clubs in the bottom of the ladder have not done anything in the last 10 years.
I get you 100%, but at the end of the day, Mark, that's not Geelong's problem. That's not Hawthorn's problem. That's not Collingwood's problem.
No. The player wants to choose to go to a team that wants to be successful. So if these teams continuously be stronger, they're going to continuously be stronger, and the weaker teams are going to be weaker. And eventually,
what I'm saying,
I'm not saying right now, but in time, these clubs will start losing, and the supporters won't go and watch the games anymore because they're not getting the benefit of the good players, and it will start merging or whatever the case may be.
But why are you trying to penalise these clubs, Mark? Like these clubs that get it right. What you want to say is you want to penalise them because they do everything right. And the teams that don't get it right, you want to reward them. Like, so I'm doing all the work, right? I get it right, and then the government comes along and goes, "Nah, you're too good. I'm going to penalise you, and I'm going to reward the bloke on the street who sleeps all day.
Correct.
Right? So what I'm saying is this. I understand what you're saying, but what do you want the AFL to do? What I'm saying is, as a Carlton supporter and as an Essendon supporter, you should not be thinking like that. What you should be thinking is, what are they doing right? Why do they want to go there? That's what winners do. Winners look and go, why are they being so good? Right? Why do they want, like you, at the end of the day, and I'm thinking about this as Carlton, but we've got players who want to leave, right? You should be thinking this. Jack Merritt, why does he want to leave? That's what you should be thinking. Why does he want to leave? I'm thinking that about Carlton. Why does Jack Silvani, where his grandfather and father are legends of the club, why does he want to go? That's the question we need to answer. And once you answer that question, maybe you can succeed. I look at Geelong and I go, why are they getting these players? It's not because the AFL is doing anything. It's because they're doing something right.
And Rocco, if you notice, they're signing for less. They're signing for less. You know,
They're signing for less money.
Yeah, Charlie Curno's willing to come to Geelong for a pay cut. You know, Cameron, you know, he's not on $1 million. You know, he got offered $1 million at other clubs, but he chose Geelong for less. You know, they choose, they want to win flags. They want to cement their legacy, so they come here for less. You know, that's not on the player. That's not on the team. That's on the team that they were with at the beginning for not getting them right.
Yeah.
The focus.
It's not about the club. It's more about the player now, and the player has got too much control now, and that's what they're saying.
I get that, but I don't blame the player. I don't blame Zach Merritt at all. I don't blame him one bit, Mark. I get where you're coming from, but I don't blame him.
The contract is a bit different. That's a bit more kind of irrelevant. I'm talking about the free agency concept, that a player is a free agent. He can decide wherever he wants to go, and the club suffers for it in the long run. If the compensation pick is not relevant to them, okay. So what you're just saying, Lucas, the compensation picks that or the free agency that you've been getting over the last 5 or 6 years are pretty key players, and they've all.
I get that. 100% get that. What you're saying, 100%.
So
but at the end of the day, they wouldn't win.
What have those teams got out of it? What benefit has those teams got out of that? That free agent moving to a club that wants to succeed. What have they benefit out of it? Nothing. They're not benefiting.
Well, with all due respect, Mark, if let's say I'll just say this hypothetically, if Zach Merritt went for pick 2, hypothetically, right? That's up to Essendon to do whatever they want to do to get that pick 2. That's up to them how they want to do that. You know, if they want to draft such and such, or how they want to go in this direction or that direction, that's up to them to get that. Now, I don't blame free agency at all, because at the end of the day, it's a tool to get players to the ultimate success. That's what free agency usually is about.
Well, abolish it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. If you're a contracted player, then we can deal with it from there. If Zach Merritt is contracted for 2 years, we can deal with the draft picks.
Maybe one of you guys can correct me on this, but I don't know any free agent that has gone from a 16th club to a 15th club for 800,000, 700,000. I don't know. I can't name one player.
Or we had Liam Baker. He just went to West Coast.
Oh, West Coast. Okay, so fair enough then. So
that's a little
bit different. He won his free flag. So
no one wanted him, mate. No one wanted him, mate. That's right.
But Liam Baker already won free flags. He already's done what you know. Zach Merritt's trying to do.
Hang on. I just want to get in on this. It's more with the free agency, because we're chatting about Jordan Clark, who left your club to go to Fremantle, and from what I remember, he wasn't necessarily leaving for success. Like, I don't think Fremantle was a better club than Geelong. He left because he wanted more senior opportunity. He wasn't getting that at Geelong, and also he wanted to go home. So. That's
Tim Kelly for one as well.
Pretty much it, like, so I understand Mark's point, like with free agents saying, "Oh, I want to leave because I want to go win a club." Which, in Zach Merritt's case, absolutely, that's what he's doing. But someone like Tom de Koning, for example, I don't think he's leaving from Carlton to St Kilda for a better team. He's probably leaving because he's been given 1.7 mil. Same with Liam Baker last year. He didn't leave Richmond because he didn't like the club. He wanted to go home.
Yeah.
And like I said, West Coast isn't a better club than us. So that's where I feel like your argument kind of misses a bit. I understand why you think that, because it is true in some cases, but it's not true in every case.
It's and the other thing is, I think you're getting confused, Mark, because Merritt isn't a free agent, and you kept saying let's get rid of free agent. So I don't understand how that would help. How that would help. So once you're a free agent, you can do whatever you want. What you're saying is,
I was referring to Sam Draper.
Free agent. What you're saying is, you're trying to say, oh, if you're under contract, you can't move. Is that what you're saying?
You can move these days if you're on contract. You can go.
I know, but you're saying you don't. You want that once you're under contract, you can't move.
Well,
is that what you want, Mark?
You shouldn't be able to.
That's what you're saying. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about more about the free agent here. I'm not talking about contracted players. I wasn't referring to.
Well, why?
I was talking to Lucas about.
So what do you want? So I don't understand. It's in the word free agent. You're not under contract. So
correct.
I don't understand.
I was talking to Lucas. He was saying that he had that the Geelong have got a lot of free agents that have gone to their club. Right, that's what I'm saying, Rocco. They're free agents. They chose to go to Geelong, and they got compensation picks. The other teams got compensation picks that probably didn't benefit their teams at all. Right, that's what I'm referring to. Not about contracted players.
How is getting rid of free? Like when you say get rid of free agent, right? When you say that, right? What does that mean?
Just abolish free agent. If you're 27 years old.
All right, so we'll play. All right, let's play this game, right? We get rid of free agent. There's no free agent. So now the player is out of contract, right? Yep. So what do you want this player to do now?
Well, you either sign him up for another 3 years or 2 years.
No, yeah, I know, but he's under contract now. So what does he do?
Yeah, but a free agent is what? How old? How old is a free agent? Is it
doesn't matter. Once he's out of contract, right? Whatever it is, right?
27 years old. Yeah, he's 27 years old, and he's out of contract. Is that correct?
I'm not sure the exact age, but yeah, whatever. Yeah,
it's 10 years. So if you played in your club for 10 years, you're a free agent after that. That's it. So you decided where you want to go. You can decide where you want to go.
I don't understand what you want.
Free agents if they start at 25.
What was that? Yeah, that's
There's not going to be many free agents if they start at 25.
Yeah, that's right.
So
what I'm saying is it doesn't
So what you've done, you've actually produced that player. Sam Draper, an example, was a rookie. We've elevated him. We've brought him into success, and we've made him play some good football. And all of a sudden, he's just got the right and the choice to just go wherever he wants.
But once he's out of contract, Mark, I don't understand what you want.
Well, then what's the difference with out of contract and a free agent then? If you're out of contract, you're out of contract.
Yeah, it's the same thing. If you're out of contract, you can go wherever you want.
So why's the free agent there then?
Because
to compensate for the team.
Yeah.
To compensate.
If you didn't have that, you wouldn't get no compensation, zero.
Yeah, I told you that
Mark,
last
essentially what you're suggesting there is that if the free agency is gone and a player is out of contract, they're going to do exactly what they do with the free agency anyway and leave. So regardless, they can still go whether that rule is there or it's not. What I think is the most important thing is that the focus should not be on what can we get for our players leaving and so on and so forth. Their mindset should be, how do we get our club and our team right that they don't want to leave?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a point there. But
I was saying to you, Mark.
But they're leaving.
Essendon haven't done that in 10 years. There's no signs of progression. You've gone through 4 different coaches. There's no progression. No wonder Zach Merritt wants to leave. What have you done to keep him? What have you tried to do to keep him?
You can't blame him, and you can't go to the excuse of, oh, we blooded these players and so on and so forth, and now they want to leave, because you have to put it into an everyday perspective. And I know there's no comparison in terms of the actual job itself, but if I go to a company and I'm there for 5-6 years and they blood me and I become the best duty manager that they have, and then someone else offers me a better contract somewhere else, or a better environment elsewhere, or a 5-star hotel over a 4-star and so on, I'm still going to go. Doesn't matter who, they're not going to get anything for teaching me what they taught me. That's just life. They taught me, I learned it all there, and I moved on to greener pastures. That's exactly what's going on with players as well. And I honestly don't blame him for wanting to go either. But you have to look at the club, I think, Mark, and say, why does he want to go? Well, because he's seen absolutely nothing by being there. Carlton's in a similar position now. They've got players that have been there for years on end, and they are not going. They in their eyes, they can't see any success coming. So what are they going to do? Continue to watch the clock go like this and the age go like this, and then they go, fuck, now I need to start a construction company because I'm broke as shit. Right? Or do I go down to another club and make a little bit or way more money, set myself up for life, and probably be in a better environment than what Carlton's in right now? Essendon would be in the exact same position. Their culture's no better than ours.
Yeah.
They need to look at their club, and they need to look at them and say, okay, how do we provide an environment at this footy club that people don't look at an extra 100 or 200K and go, you know what, see ya, right? Instead, they go, you know what, I will stay because I want to be in this environment. And if it means making a little bit less, I'll still stick at it. But they also have to sell them the idea. Well, we don't want to go down the Carlton road of selling the idea of success, but they need to prove to them that success will come if they stick to a certain plan and a certain way of running the club. Carlton's not doing that. Well, potentially we are now. We don't know. Essendon's not doing that for sure, right? However, look at the flip side, Mark. West Coast, North Melbourne, right? I'll speak on North, right? You look at North when they go out to play. They don't play like they don't want to be there. Those players, they don't have people barging the door down to leave, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, because they've got a culture right there right now that North are going out there with a common goal to better that team and lift them back up the ladder. That's what Essendon need right now. North have got it. They're still shit, but they're getting better and better and better, and their players are not wanting to leave. They've bought into that plan and that culture. That's what Essendon needs. Instead of looking at who's to blame, what can the AFL give us, where do we get compensation, why do our players want to leave? Yeah, why do our players want to leave? Fix that.
The buy-in is just as important as results. Because if the players don't believe in what you're doing, if they don't believe in what you're doing, they'll leave. Like Zach Merritt, Sid Draper. You know, I feel for Essendon because they were a powerhouse in the early 2000s. They dominated that year. They won the flag. You know, but what have they done? They've done absolutely nothing since. Nothing. Now, my team, Geelong, they're going to, you know, don't say, oh, Geelong have always been top 4. They haven't. There's been years where we've finished 13th and 12th. We call that a failure. But what do we do to get back into the final system? You know, after we won the grand final in 2022, we finished 13th or 12th. I don't remember. But year after that, we made the prelim. You know, it's what you do from your losses, what you do from your bad years, and how you progress through that. And Essendon don't seem to want to progress through their bad years at all. They just want to stay neutral, or if not worse. No, that's what you've got a question mark.
That's right. They're a bit like us. They're just happy. Is this how it works? If you're out of contract, you can't go wherever you want if you haven't reached free agency. Is that how it works?
Technically, yeah.
But so if you're out of contract and you're not a free agent, what? You can't say, I want to go there. What do you do? If you're a restricted free agent, then, you know, obviously the team can match. Like, let's say if Charlie Curno's a restricted,
correct.
Yeah. If Curno's a restricted free agent, if Geelong say, well, we're going to offer Curno 5 years for 800,000, Carlton say, okay, we can automatically match that for free.
And so then he has to stay.
Then he can choose. He can choose if he wants to stay with.
In other words, it's all bullshit. Like, it doesn't matter if you're free. You can still do whatever you want to do, man. You could still pick a club, can't you?
Yeah.
You can still say, I want to go there. Like, at the end of the day, just say, for example, like TDK wanted to go for 1.7. I'm sure that Carlton could have said, we'll match it. And then he's got a choice if he wants to stay or he wants to go, you know. I don't think it's
Well, if it
going
was
to make a
about Rocco, if it was really about money, then Carlton should have matched it. Then he would have stayed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he would have stayed. Exactly right. I don't think it matters. What we're saying, Mark, I think the most important thing here, I think you've been stuck on this free agent for a while. I don't think it makes a difference, right? Contract or not contract, it doesn't make a difference. If a player wants to leave, they're gonna go wherever they want to go, right? You can't stop it. What you want is, I want to stop this. You're thinking about it wrong. The way I think about it is, how do I get better? Like, what can I do? I'm trying to be like a Geelong, or, I'm not going to say the filth, but I'm just trying to be like a successful side where they're always there. They're always there. What are we doing wrong? Why do players want to leave our club? Because of the culture, because of this. But all right, let's fix that. Instead of sooking about it, right, like society does now, sooks about everything, right? How about you do something about it and try to get there? Why don't players want to come to your club, Mark? That's what you've got to be thinking. Why don't they want to come? Why? You're a big club.
Yeah,
why don't they want to come? And it's more than it's your culture, it's your fucking sport, it's your
players have got more power. The players have got more power. That's all there is to it. The AFL.
I don't get what you want them to do. You want the club to own.
They've just got more power about negotiating and talking to each other and having meetings and that's what I think at the moment.
Mark, like you can't. What do you mean the players got more power? I don't get that.
Mark, if Essendon were a Geelong, we wouldn't even be having this conversation about Merritt. That's on your club, not free agency.
But Mark, can I ask you a question? If you want to abolish the whole free agency thing and then players become out of contract, right? What is it that you want from that? Because right now what happens is a player will go, you'll get your compensation for it and so on and so forth, right? If the free agency is abolished, that means that you, at the same time, you're abolishing this entire idea that we get compensation at a club for someone. You're right. So that would mean, just by me logically thinking, hey, this must be what you're thinking, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. That means that when a player's out of contract, they just leave and the club gets nothing. Is that what that means? There needs to be a solution. If you want to abolish it, what do you get if you abolish it?
Will nominate a top 4 or 5 team. So the AFL will compensate, but is that fair enough for the club to be compensated that? So say an example, Dan Draper wants to go to Brisbane. He's nominated that. Okay.
Yes.
So Brisbane have got number, and I've got it right now.
So are you saying the club, but the club chooses anyway?
Well, it's up to Brisbane. It's up to the AFL to choose that compensation pick.
So who do you want it to be up to?
Well, I believe. Well, the AFL should give for Sam Draper to go to Brisbane, being a young ruckman, 27 years old at his prime.
Yeah.
We should be getting. It's a compensation pick at number 6. So whoever that team is at number 6, we should be compensated that draft pick.
Right.
That's what I believe that we should be getting.
So that's for that specific deal. But what I'm saying is, going forward, if you abolish the free agency, you won't even have a situation that you're describing there. It'll just be they're out of contract and that's that.
Oh, that's irrelevant.
They're going to leave you anyway, and then you get nothing.
The AFL say your compensation pick is number 32. Well,
no, they don't do that. What they do is they work it out on the player and like how much he gets and all that. But you're not saying abolish the thing. What you're saying is, why is the AFL deciding what compensation pick? So you don't want to get rid of it.
Well, you need to get rid of it if it doesn't compensate the club.
But if you get rid of it, you're going to get nothing. You get zero.
The clubs are not getting compensated enough for the free agency. They're not compensated.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What did you get?
I'll ask Lucas here.
What did you get for
Bailey Smith?
What the fuck did you get for Ben Mackay? What did you get for Ben Mackay?
Oh, mate,
Or what did
you want me to get back into the
like when Mackay went from North Melbourne to you? What did they get?
I'm not quite sure what they got, mate. I'll have to have a look at that. But yeah,
Wasn't it like
you just throw that in a spanner for me?
Mark, I'm gonna.
I can ask the same question to Lucas. What did the Bulldogs get for Bailey Smith?
I won't have a clue. I don't care about that, to be honest. Educate me, Mark. What did they get? What did we give them?
Oh, what did they get? Exactly
I've got not a clue. I haven't got a clue. I don't care about that. As long as we get the player, we can give up. But I'll give you this, all right, with compensation. All right. Now we lost Tim Kelly a few years ago. He went home back to West Coast. Tim Kelly was one of our better players. Very crucial in our midfield. We got nothing for him. But with that compensation pick, that helped us to get Jeremy Cameron. So sometimes the bigger picture is that you could use those picks to get bigger players. You don't have to get a pick 5 or pick 6 or pick 7 compensation. We got fuck all for Tim Kelly. But we ended up using that pick for Jeremy Cameron. So if you get a compensation pick for Merritt or for Sid Draper, even if it's a second round or early first round or so late first round, you can still get a player for that pick, for that compensation. It's not the end of the world, Mark.
No, of course not. Of course not.
You know what? This is going to be in circles, and I think what happens sometimes, Mark, you come up with something, and then I don't think you've really got a grasp of it, and it goes a lot. But what I want you to do for next week, I don't think you have, Mark, because what you say doesn't make sense. But
all right, okay. Then.
No, it doesn't, Mark. Because you're saying get rid of it, right? But then you're saying the AFL isn't giving enough of a compensation.
Get rid of it.
So that you want nothing for it.
That's what I'm trying to work out. If they abolish,
so you want nothing. You rather have nothing. Huh? How does that? All right. So let's say we're going to go by your theory, and we're going to give you nothing for the compensation, right? We're going to give you nothing. How does that, right, help the bottom clubs, and how does that not help the top clubs now? You've made it worse. You just made a wicked problem.
Okay. All right. Well, then at the end of the day, you guys believe in it and just stick with it, mate. That's my theory, boys. I don't care.
He's going to kill me. He's going to absolutely kill. I'm spelling a pro vice. He's going to kill me at this rate. I feel sorry for Liam. Liam's just sitting there. He hasn't said a word. Not a word, Liam. Say something. Liam, say something, man.
No, this is what I want to do. I'm going to be serious about this, Mark. While you got some spare time this week, I want you to come up with a system of how we can fix this, because we are not here. We don't make problems. We solve problems on the jumper punch. So what I want you to do next week is we're going to have a segment, and it's going to be called
a couple of podcasts. It's going to be a couple of podcasts that I've listened to, and a couple of men's and so forth, and I'll put that up.
So next week, what you're going to do is you're going to watch those podcasts again, and you're going to take notes, and you're going to come up with a solution.
I will.
I don't think Mike could come up with a solution if he had a year, let alone a week.
No, I'm serious, because I want this to be fixed. I want this to be fixed, man. I reckon Mark is rage baiting. I reckon he's doing it deliberately, and he's trying to rage bait everyone, right?
Trying to kill me as well.
We had a system. It was called the brown paper bag system, and it worked for many, many, many years. And then they took that away from us, and now we're upset, and we've been paying for it ever since.
Now it's the plastic bags, not the brown ones, it's the plastic ones.
No, I know about those with that grand final. Yeah, Rocco.
What do you know about?
I know about those paper bags against Geelong in that grand final, Rocco.
Oh, okay, I get what you mean. The 63-point. Don't you fucking dare take away that grand final from us, mate. That's the only thing we are living on at the moment. You leave us alone. All right, what are we going to do, Lucas? That went somewhere I didn't think it was going to go, but I actually love that. Good. That was good.
That's good passion. I love his passion. I love Mark's passion.
Of course, that's why we got him on, man. He is up. But let's get back because
It's probably been too long now, boys. It's probably been too long now.
Yeah, no,
Too long. That's
but I want to know Lucas's prediction, of course, for this week, and also want to know, score, and I want to know who you think you're going to be playing in the grand final.
I think Collingwood are in. No matter who, if it's Hawthorn or Geelong, I think Collingwood are just going to be too good, in my opinion. It's going to be close to the Geelong and Hawthorn game. It's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be like what we did at Brisbane. That won't happen. That will not happen. I'd love it to happen, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be right down to the last 5 minutes. I think we win by 4 points. Historically, these matches against Hawthorn in finals have always been close anyway, historically. The last time we did play Hawthorn in a prelim is when started Hawthorn's three-peat, actually. So that would be absolutely horrible if we started that again, if we lost them. But I think we'll win by 4 points. I think it will be 95-91. I think it'll be a pretty high scoring game.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He's even given the exact total. That's the best, man. I love it. And who's going to be, I want to know, who's going to be BOG? Who's going to stand up? Who's going to stand up, Lucas?
He might not be BOG, but I reckon Ocean Mullen can do a hell of a job on Newcombe. I reckon he can keep Newcombe down to 25 touches. He might not get BOG for it, but if he does that, that will go a long way winning the game.
Well, what did he keep McCluggage to in that first final? That was
I think he kept him up to 25 as well. He did nothing to McCluggage in that final. Nothing.
I think he kept him at least.
He did a good work on Daicos as well. Kept him to like 10 disposals in the second half or something. So he's the best target in the AFL, in my opinion, Ocean Mullen. If he keeps Newcombe down to 25 touches or less, we go a long way in winning that game.
I agree. Newcombe, which we've renamed Newcombe, right? He has been. How good was he, man? That bloke's been a fucking jet, man. He could almost win if he plays well again this week and they win, he could almost win the Gary Ayres medal. Like the bloke has been like on fire.
He'd be leading, wouldn't he?
Yep.
I think whoever is Geelong or Hawthorn, I think the winner of this side will win the grand final, whether it's Hawthorn or Geelong, for me.
Oh, so it's misery for Collingwood one way or another.
I think
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And if I'm going to get my tip, I think Geelong will win this. I just think Hawthorn will put up a good fight, but you're probably right. It's not their year yet.
Yep.
And Geelong are just coming along now. Was it Stewart that was out? Is he back? Was it Stewart who was out last week? He's back there.
So back there. Yep.
Yeah,
he'll be there.
So
it's a fully. It's a fully strength team minus Stanley. Stanley's not back yet, but with full strength. Apart from that.
Yeah. Bocek, what do you reckon?
How can I help you? All right. I think it's a hard one. I think this game's going to be better than the Collingwood Brisbane game, to be honest. In terms of entertainment, I think it's going to be much better. But it's such a hard one to pick because I think Hawthorn have it in them, but I think Geelong pips them by maybe a couple goals and that's it. Maybe not even that. Maybe a goal or something like that. I truly think this is going to be an absolute ripper game. But that's just my opinion, honestly. I don't give a shit. Honestly, for the both of the Premier League. Wow, see where my mind's at? See? Yeah. For both of the prelims, the best result possible for Carlton supporters is that they're both draws. All right. And then the same with the grand final. Whoever ends up in there, draw, replay. They have to replay it 4 or 5 times till they break all their legs and then no one wins. And that is the best result.
I don't even know how that can fucking happen, but did I get this wrong? It's not the Gary Ayres, the best player in the.
No, it is finals player, best finals player.
I thought it was, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I
think
thought.
That's best finals player.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
it's the best because I do remember that because I know that Walsh won it a few years ago when he only got to the preliminary. Yeah, so it is the Gary Ayres. So I thought I had that right. Yeah. And now Gary Ayres
for the grand final.
Now Gary Ayres is the coach of the great. Is it the Warrigal bloody Seagull fucking shit?
You're gonna set Scotty off.
Scotty would be like now absolutely under the covers, going wild. As soon as I mentioned his famous Warrigal, he'd be there, mate, 100%. Watching replays of the season. Liam.
I do have one quick thing I just wanted to ask Lucas. This is a really big rivalry match, like Geelong and Hawthorn. Like that Easter Monday game, that's one of like the favorite fixtures that I watch. Like outside of Richmond games, that's one that I'm always like. Does the big rivalry that you guys have between each other, does that play any part in this game this week, or is it a non-factor?
I hope so, because in the big games, Hawthorn have owned us. You know, since the '89 grand final. They own us in the big games. I'm glad you actually mentioned that Easter game this year. That was a cracking game. Connor Nash went through Grant Myers. Though I don't want to see that again because I don't want our place to get suspended. That was a ripping game if you remember that by memory. A great game. So no, I really hope they do use that as motivation as the rival because I'm sure Hawthorn will. I'm sure knowing Sam Mitchell as the coach, he'll definitely say something about it. And I'd like to beat Hawthorn on a big stage for once. Like I said, last time we played them in a final, they bet us in that prelim. So when they started their three-peat, which didn't sit well with me, especially if you're imagine if you lose to Collingwood and it starts Collingwood's three-peat, you wouldn't be exactly thrilled about that, and I wasn't thrilled about that at that time.
No, there's definitely a massive role. I think. I think as far as Hawthorn and Geelong, that is the rivalry, Hawthorn and Geelong. Yeah, so that's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Friday night, it's gonna be a good game. You'll be watching it all the way from the city of churches. There, do you go to all those churches or just one or two of them? What do you do?
No, every time Geelong come here, I'll watch. I'll go to that game personally. But it can be hard if the game's a sellout because if you're not a Crows member, then it's kind of lucky dip situation because these games will sell out.
I did ask if you go to the churches.
Oh, I don't
actually the city of churches. I was just saying, do you go to all the churches or just some of them?
I'm afraid no. I'm not that kind of. I'm not a religious person, so I don't go to the churches. But having said that, I've been to a couple, but not for religious purposes.
Would you go and pray if it means that Geelong win the grand final?
Oh, absolutely.
So you are a believer then?
Oh, God.
Careful, he's going to start an unfiltered episode right now.
This is an unfiltered episode.
When it comes to them scumbags in Hawthorn, I think I'll run around Adelaide Oval naked if it means we win that prelim.
We're sitting on the hoops. The hoops. Yeah. What is it? The hoop scoop? What is it? Hoop?
The hoops crew. Yeah, they do a good job. I've got my own channel, the Geelong Zone, but
you usually do that naked, don't you?
Not fully.
I swear I saw you naked on one of those shows.
Yeah, I went I went down to the Jocks. That was actually last year when we were at Port Adelaide. I actually went to that game, and then I did a preview outside the ground, and I was in my Jocks. That went over like a red balloon with the local authorities, and the Sacco as well. The Sacco were really thrilled with that. Being a former, I used to work at the Sacco. I'm a level 2 high performance coach. That went over like a lead balloon with them, and I will not be doing that ever again. Otherwise, I'm going to get my ass kicked. But no, it's going to be a good game, and I've got to head off now. But thank you so much, Rocco, Bocek, Liam, Mark,
thanks for coming on.
For having me on. Bocek, I'd love to talk WWE about you to you one time. I'm not. This might offend you. I'm not a Roman Reigns fan. So.
Neither am I.
Oh, okay, perfect. Can't wait to talk to you about it.
We'll chat. Just send me a message.
Yeah. All right. No, thank you so much, guys. Have a nice night.
Thanks, mate. We'll speak soon.
Bye, Lucas. He's gone. Okay.
Hey, did you guys
What a
hear Liam's
fantastic-
just picked
I
up a new
really
job?
enjoyed that chat. That was good, man. That was a good one. I didn't know where that was going. I was actually saying to Bocek before the show, I was going, we'll do it. Oh, Bocek actually said, we'll do a question and answer kind of like segment. And we didn't get time, did we? We didn't get time for it because it just went off. But that's what we do.
Liam's actually got a new job. I don't know if you heard, Rocco, Mark.
No.
He hasn't told anybody. He told me he's going into those ASMR YouTube clips.
Ah.
Yeah.
Jeez, mate.
He's going to be doing those real sensual ASMR voice video.
The voice ones, yes. They would love that. I reckon they would love that. I reckon you get a
yeah.
Give me a bit of a. Give me a bit of
With all the
with all the things.
So you know.
banana. Oh, no.
Hey,
Why don't you just have a banana on hand, mate?
who hasn't
Mate.
watched?
I eat like a million bananas a day. Genuine.
Tell me
Only
something. Who
Carlton has them on
hasn't
hand all
watched
the
the
time.
full video of a carpet getting cleaned? If I don't tell me you haven't watched that.
It's like, it's oddly satisfying. I don't know.
Very satisfying watching one carpet getting cleaned. And I just got one question to those carpet cleaners. Where the fuck do people put their rugs to get that dirty? I can't get it, man. Like, I don't know where they get them from, but yeah, I think we all watch those satisfying videos every once in a while. Unfortunately, Bo's ones are usually on OnlyFans, but the rest.
Are you talking about the sunshine carpet cleaners?
The sunshine carpet cleaner?
They're
I
a
ain't even
cult.
know that.
They're a cult.
Oh my gosh.
Are they? A real cult?
Come on, Rocco, man. That's a Seinfeld reference. You got to get that.
Yeah.
You got to
No,
get that.
I missed that one. What is that?
That's when when the carpet cleaners come round and George is like trying to get it out of them for them to recruit him, but they don't say anything, and Kramer's like they're a cult and blah blah. You don't remember that?
No.
Damn.
I've got to
Damn.
check that out. All right.
I'm
What
gonna
was
send-
it?
I'm
The
gonna send you the
sunshine.
clip.
What was it? Sunshine cleaning.
Sunshine carpet cleaners.
All right. Done. There you go. There you
He's
go.
like, I'm just looking for some sort of direction, you know. You get good luck with that.
I think I kind of remember that. I'm going to check that out. That is superb. All right, guys. It's been a big week in footy. It's been a big episode. Thanks for everyone joining us in the chat. It's been really good, man. Great chat. Everyone like, subscribe. Please push the like and subscribe. Definitely helps us out. A few things happening. Yeah, there's definitely, I think there might be an emergency meeting coming up very shortly. I'm not sure when. They just pop up whenever. Then we've got Tuesday. Yeah, then Unfiltered's coming, and we've got some other shit going on. So, yeah, everyone stay tuned. It's going to be a big one. Good luck to all the teams in the finals except for Collingwood.
Come on, Brisbane.
Yeah, we'll be all pumping. And that's it, man. Thanks, everyone in the chat. You've been great tonight. Anything else you want to finish off? Anyone got anything to say before we go?
I just want to say, go the West Indies. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes. Yes, go.
They're playing India in the test.
I have no idea.
I'm going for India. I follow India anyway. I'm an Indian. Like
You're India.
Hey, that's very. Don't do that. That's very.
Right.
Like, you can't.
You're India.
Clip the fuck.
All right, let's send it there.
All right. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. My
See you
East Perth
guys.
grand final.
Oh,
Waffle.
is it? All right.
Two
Go to
teams,
the
league
Mines.
and reserves. So
Done.
I could be very happy next week.
Who was that? East Perth.
Yeah, my waffle team. Back-to-back grand finals.
right.
Hopefully we win this year.
All right. That's as good as a team I can follow. Go East Perth.
Go East
So
Perth.
you boys, get around it.
Go.
Get a bounce and they get a free kick after.
Right.
All right. Go to Mighty Blues. See you
Go
guys.
to Bombers. Come
Go
on.
down, Carlton.
Nah, still Richmond, man.